HD2 Kansas City and Odyssey Sports.
Well, we said this week was the busiest sports week for us in the year of 2026. Busiest day was yesterday. I mean, we got off the air at 10 o'clock? And by what time was it? Was it 10? Was it 11:30? We had Kenny Walker.
May have been before that because I was trying to think of when I got to the J yesterday, a little bit before 11. And right about that time, I think probably less than an hour after we got off the air, the Kenny Walker deal was signed for the Chiefs. And so, I mean, it happened fast yesterday, dude. I told you it would, right? I mean, just very fast.
It was, it's interesting how much happened yesterday because we'll go through everything today. I think it's great. They got a guy, what's his name, Alani?
Yeah.
Alani Gilman, like the energy drinks?
Alohi Gilman.
Oh, Aloha.
They call him Low.
Low? Is it what we're going?
What does he do?
Low Gill? I like that.
They call him Low. Yeah, that's cool.
He's your safety.
I'm going low.
He's safety.
Low.
He can play up in the box and blitz. He can play
I've never
outside
heard
free
of that
safety.
guy. Have you heard of him before?
Yep.
Yeah, Lorenzo
played
Gilman.
for the Chargers for 4 or 5 seasons.
Okay,
so
I
that's
thought
kind
he
of
played
why.
for the Ravens or
He
something.
got traded to the Ravens for Adofe Owe this season and played 12 games for the Ravens.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, so he played all over the place.
Every time he
Two
lays
places,
somebody out in the safety position, it's just gonna say Aloha.
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Is he the starting safety though? Because I mean,
who else is?
I mean, Caleb Downs is where I'm getting at. Like, I hope this isn't one
Start
of
both
those
of them,
things
maybe,
to get in the way of drafting potentially Caleb Downs at number 9, or maybe if Caleb Downs isn't there at number 9, then obviously you go in a different direction. But I hope he's not the one that gets in the way of we don't need to go get Caleb Downs.
Caleb
now,
Downs
right?
out there, you go low.
Yeah, absolutely. I would absolutely go Caleb Downs. Let's go. But they did like that yesterday was a carbon copy of what they've done every year they didn't win the Super Bowl. Identify the problem, go solve it immediately, and move on with life, right? Like, all right, we need a running back, we'll take you. We need a defensive tackle, we'll take that guy. We need a safety, we'll get this guy. Like all the 3 major positions that we've talked about since the end of the season, they did it again. They just went out and filled them in free agency and, kind of I don't want to even use the term a Band-Aid because it's more than that, but they took care of the things that were the biggest weaknesses last year, right? We sat here and bitched from the end of the season. No running game, no defensive line. Where's the safety help, right? And what did they do first day of free agency? What they always do when they don't win the Super Bowl. They identified the problems that we all know are the problems, and they went out there and they fixed those problems. Whether you like the player or not that they used to fix those problems, they identified those problems, and they immediately, in the first minute that they could, went out and fixed those problems. So that was a good thing yesterday to see.
No, that's good. Still need a pass rusher.
Yes, no, absolutely.
That is the one need that has not been addressed yet, but that's okay.
Right.
It's day one.
It's day one, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fine.
we'll see who's left as we go through the morning. But maybe that's who you draft. Maybe you're drafting a defensive lineman. Maybe Conrad Bain is there at number 9. You never know who's going to be the guy.
Still got to get someone in free agency too, though.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. You do. Yeah, I mean, look, you need bodies. Okay,
yeah.
You need bodies on the defensive line. I'm not going to be greedy. Like that guy they signed yesterday, I have no idea who he is. But you know what? I'm not going to be greedy. I know we need defensive line help. We've got to get defensive linemen in here. And they identified that, and they did that yesterday. And the signing of Kenneth Walker makes me relieved a little bit because now we don't have to go waste the number 9 overall pick on a running back, right? You can kind of go, okay, we can address other needs at number 9 overall. Because if you take if Love is there at 9 and you take him, then you've just spent roughly $60 million in guaranteed money on the running back position, and that doesn't make sense anywhere at any time. So I would imagine Jeremiah Love is probably off the board now at number 9 for the Chiefs just because of the financials of everything.
Yeah, I think and obviously Tyquan Thornton is coming back, and then Travis Kelce is also in that. I thought Tyquan Thornton was the one move yesterday that gave me the most movement.
Yeah, I loved that. Yeah, that was a necessity for me in my offseason plan for us.
Because I think it also tells you that they addressed a problem, that they know who their deep threat is, and they know who the guy is for Patrick Mahomes. And they realized that last year when they stopped giving him the ball. And and they didn't use Rashee Rice. I don't know what the future for number 4 is in Kansas City, but I know what the future is for Tyquan Thornton, and I like it. And it's not expensive, and he's going to be able to get the job done, and it's something that I know because I have seen it. Kenny Walker's it's good. It is.
It's nice. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Gives you what you didn't have, right?
It kind of lets me know that they are going to draft Ruben Bain. It's been the piece all along. Kenny Walker was the guy all along. Like, we joked, and, somebody will overpay. Chiefs probably did.
I don't know that they did, though. I really don't know that they overpaid.
So the reason I say that is because they're giving him basically $15 million a year for 3 years. We don't know what the real version of Kenny Walker is because he's always been with Zach Charbonnet. He's got 2 seasons where he has eclipsed 1,000 yards, but it's by like the bare minimum, like how Dusty Likens used to pass the physical test when you had to run in the gym. I'm going to get to the level I'm supposed to get at and then go like 2 or 3 more times, but they'll just surpass it because I got to the 1,000, right? So that's fine. He's not a pass catching back. So that debunks the Andy Reid running back stylistic approach.
He can catch passes.
But he's not known.
He's not known for it, but he's caught more passes than James Cook in the last few years. But going into
the Super Bowl, it was a stat of notoriety of, like, this is what he does.
I think he had, like, 250 total touches last year, and, like, 30 of those were pass catches or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's a big number, small number, medium number when it comes to running backs. Determine it however you want, right? But, like, he's not Christian McCaffrey who's going to get 250 and 250.
And I'm not trying to put him in that category because he's not.
No.
But this is interesting enough to me because the other side of it is the fact that he's not chasing a ring. He's done that. So that has nothing to do with it. Maybe he wants to go out. Because what this says to me is you give me 3 years, ball out, do whatever you're supposed to do. And then when you're 28 years old, my man, go enjoy the bag. Somebody it'll be like the Derrick Henry contract to the Baltimore Ravens. Like, damn, he was great in Kansas City for those 3 years. Like, all right, we need a running back. He's only 28. He's got 2 before he's 30. Let's give him a massive bag because I heard when Cody and Gold were talking about this trade going down yesterday, they're like, I think it was Drew was like, well, what would make this a win trade for Kenny Walker? And I was thinking about that question. I was like, well, to me, it would be like you're back to being a top 5 offense. He's a person in your offense, not the person in your offense. Because when this team was really good in 2003, as good as Trent Green was, he was a piece. He wasn't the only piece. Now they had Tony G. Prime. They had the best offensive line. They probably got the best juice to squeeze from the Trent Green tree. That was probably his career. And Priest was a piece. Like, he was one of the biggest pieces. You're going to have possibly a good offensive line again. Patrick Mahomes. I'm not going to put Travis Kelce in this category because he's not going to be here for the 3 years that Kenny Walker will be here. And then you're probably going to find somebody in the draft. I think they could possibly go wide receiver 9. Like what if that Tate kid falls to 9?
He's there too,
Tate or Lemon, absolutely.
One of those 2 kids are there, and then that's kind of the mold. And if Kenny Walker can get you back to being a top 5 offense, and he can change Andy Reid's mindset on how to move the football, and also in the meantime be that guy and put up, I don't know, if he's the only guy, I'm good with 1250.
Well, if he's the only guy, then they've failed too. I mean,
no, I'm saying as a
running back.
Yeah.
Like, he's the bell cow.
Yeah, if he's the bell cow.
I'm happy with 1250.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
That'd be awesome.
Yes,
and
for
then,
this offense, yes.
And then to me, that's and I don't have to win a Super Bowl. I think winning a Super Bowl, we got spoiled with being like, Super Bowl bust. You could go. If you get there, that's still fine to me. But like, to say you have to win a Super Bowl with Kenny Walker on your roster or it's not a success, to me is like, you have Mission Hill's problems.
Yeah, that to me is
but
ridiculous.
Like top
it's
5
so
offense
hard.
again, and you've reinvented the Chiefs, like, I don't know, label. To me, that's a successful trade.
I mean, people who think it has to be Super Bowl or bust are you're right, Mission Hill's problems. Because remember, guys, we went 50 years without winning a Super Bowl. Okay, like it doesn't happen all the time. We have been spoiled rotten by the Kansas City Chiefs and by the Royals, too. When they make the playoffs, they do good things, right? They have spoiled us rotten to believe that that is the only outcome and the only situation that is possible. It is the only goal that they are going for. There's no doubt with the Chiefs. They want to win as many as they can, obviously, with Patrick Mahomes. But I don't know. I don't know how you judge I think the eye test will just tell you whether or not it was a successful signing. It's not going to be something that we're going to sit here and having to dissect every week. We'll know, by the end of next season whether or not that Kenny Walker move paid off. And I don't mind this move. You're paying him the guaranteed money of what, $24.7 million or something like that. That is roughly the same amount of money that you're going to give the number 9 overall pick in guaranteed money. Mm-hmm. The number 9 overall pick in guaranteed money gets $24.7 million. Kenny Walker got $28.7 million in guaranteed money for the Chiefs. So you're essentially giving him the same amount of guaranteed money that you're going to give that number 9 overall pick. So they decided, instead of giving that to a rookie running back, let's just give that to the veteran guy, give him a few more bucks. He's now a top 10 paid running back, I believe, in the NFL, but under $10 million a year in guaranteed money.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm just taking guaranteed money.
Oh, gotcha.
His average salary with guaranteed money, he's like 10 or 11 in the NFL. And that's the way you have to look at it. You can't look at total deal because total deal doesn't hit ever, for these guys, right? You get to that last year, they get rid of it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't count. You look at the guaranteed money. That's how I look at it. And he got $28.7 million in guaranteed money. That's $9.5 million per year. I don't think that's a high price to pay at all for a position that you were desperate in. Because to me, yesterday, those were the desperate moves that we see the Kansas City Chiefs make. They were desperate for a defensive lineman, right? Desperate for a running back, right? Probably desperate for a safety at this point in time. And they went out there and they solved all 3 of those positions because they were desperate at those positions. They couldn't chance those 3 positions, in my opinion anyway, on waiting for the draft. They had to go out there and they had to pounce and they had to fix the problems that they had last year. And I'm sure with anybody, you'd probably like to fix it with a veteran guy that has a little bit more experience than the crapshoot that is the NFL draft. And so they went out there, kind of a desperate move yesterday, 3 desperate moves yesterday for this organization, but moves that I think help this organization move forward. We finally have a running back, guys, that the name of, that has a good track record, probably for the first time under Andy Reid, right? We're not talking about a washed LaShawn McCoy. We're not talking about a washed Le'Veon Bell. This is the first time in the Andy Reid era that we've got a 25-year-old running back that has the capabilities and expectations now of doing some pretty impressive things. I can't wait to see how Andy Reid utilizes him. Or let me rephrase that. Andy Reid needs to utilize him in their offense. Otherwise, then it will be a failed signing on behalf of the Chiefs, and then people will be mad at Brett Veach for signing a running back when Andy's not utilizing him,
We'll keep you updated with the list of free agents that continue to move or that are available. Plus, Bob was at an event yesterday, but Walker, Texas Ranger. That's the name we got here in Kansas City. I'll explain what it meant to me yesterday and to this team as well. Here on 96.5 The Fan, you're home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Fesco and Dusty.
Every Hardee's is closed. Well, that dog.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at QC Kinetics, they are awesome, and they're going to help you feel better with your joint pain, right? Nobody wants that, especially this time of the year. It's going to be 84 degrees outside today, and you're going to want to get outside and enjoy the outdoors. And I'll tell you, if you got pain in your knees or your elbow or your back, it hurts, and you don't want to go outside and enjoy the outside. But once you see my friends at QC Kinetics, you're going to be like, yes, I can't wait to get back outside and jump back into life full speed ahead. Because the QC Kinetics medical professionals use the latest regenerative treatments backed by real science. Treatments that take the tiny, powerful healing tools inside your body, concentrate them right where you need relief. The sooner you start treatment, the sooner that inflammation eases, and the sooner joint damage slows down. Because no one signs up for feeling older faster, and my friends over at QC Kinetics can help you feel better right away. Find out if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. Your visit and consultation is free. So call them today, 816-412-6299, 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off of 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299. Men, it's the new year, and that's a chance to make real positive changes in your life. If you're struggling with erectile dysfunction and are ready to move past the frustration and embarrassment, it's time to call Heartland Men's Health. There may be no better resolution than finally taking control of your ED. Heartland Men's Health has treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail, and they have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. It's a new year. Make a resolution to treat your ED and change your life. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
It's Thirsty Thursday at Hy-Vee. Time to stock up the bar and fill up your tank. Earn 50 cents per gallon fuel savings on every $50 purchase of wine, beer, hard seltzer, and spirits. Mix and match all your favorite libations and get a 50-cent fuel saver with every $50 purchase. Stack up the savings and your next fill-up could be free. Don't miss Thirsty Thursday at your Kansas City, Missouri Hy-Vee. Product promotion differs by location. Offers valid where legal, available while supplies last.
If you're like me, you're feeling the pinch of high prices right now on just about everything. And that's where my friends at Hy-Vee come in to save the day, because they're always finding ways at Hy-Vee to save me money, like amazing fuel saver deals. Shop Hy-Vee this Saturday and Sunday and get a 30-cent per gallon fuel discount when you spend $60 on groceries. And you can stack up the savings on Hy-Vee fuel saver deals, and your next fill-up could even be free. There's nothing better than saving money, only at Hy-Vee.
How old is your roof? If it's over 15 years old, it could be time to replace it before small issues become major problems. At Century Roofing, we've installed over 35,000 roofs in more than 35 years right here in Kansas City. We know what to look for, and we know how to protect your home. Schedule your free inspection today and let our team give you peace of mind. Trust the pillars of strength with KC-based and female-owned. Century Roofing, KC.com.
Century Roofing, trust the pillars of strength.
Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery. Facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
EQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ Soft Serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into Soft Serve, plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
Hey, March Matchups fans. BetMGM is offering a legendary experience for you and 3 of your friends in Vegas. Climb the BetMGM Court of Legends leaderboard for a chance to win the trip of a lifetime to Las Vegas to see Haley and Hannah Cavender face off at the Bellagio. Just sign into your BetMGM account, opt into the promotion, then start placing sports bets of at least $10 to climb the leaderboard. 25 winners will take home grand prize packages that include 4 tickets to the Court of Legends event featuring the Cavender twins, withdrawable funds for travel, a 3-night stay at the MGM Grand, and MGM Resorts credit. Make this March one to remember. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offers. Subject to eligibility requirements. Withdrawable bonus dollars for flight money. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Brought to you by Kalshi. Trade on anything. Big moments are coming up. The Film Awards, March basketball, midterms, and now you can trade on what happens on Kalshi. Trade your opinion on a live market with real prices, real payouts, and no house. Download the Kalshi app. Use code FAN to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle.
7500, Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
I don't know if Albert Breer yesterday was being a Scrooge or if this is like a legit tweet. Did you see this yesterday? I thought it was hilarious. Reminder, if your team didn't sign anyone within 5 hours of the start of free agency, your GM is asleep at the switch, your coach is neglecting his roster, your owner is cheap, and any shot you had at a championship is over and done with.
I do love that. That is a fantastic tweet because that's how fans react on the first day of NFL free agency. And as we know, the people who dominate on free agency are usually like the Cowboys and the Jets and the Raiders.
Jags always.
Yeah, the teams that never win anything are always the ones that dominate during free agency. We lose sight of that, right? In March, we want to be part of the party, and everybody wants all these signings and names and stuff to come to their team. And then September, like, thank God we didn't sign any of these guys. We like our roster the way it is. We root for the opposite side of things. But that March, man, those 2 days that we're in right now in March, people lose their collective minds if their guys are not out there signing players.
You know what March also means?
What does March also mean? Heartland Men's Health Month in March. That's right, it is. They've got a special offer for local first responders and military families. So if you're a local first responder or a military family, here's what we're going to do. You're going to go to heartlandmenshealth.com. You're going to gather all the information that you need there, and then you're going to make your appointment and get those details for your consultation. So they've got 3 locations, one in Overland Park, North Kansas City, out in Independence as well, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit. You can go make your appointments. Go in, guys. I promise you it'll be the best appointment you make. You find out all about your health. You find out where you are. You want to lose some weight. You want to get better in the gym. Heartland Men's Health will take care of you. And they're also honored to serve all those who serve all of us. So check them out at heartlandmenshealth.com. Make your appointment. First responders and, military families. You got that special offer. Take advantage of it now.
Hey, Mac, what's up? It's Jay. Hey, I was going to tell you there's a guy on Twitter named Ricky. He must have worked in a front office or something or has friends, but he's been doing this for the last couple of years. But he throws something out there, and he's right. Just like the whole Karlaftis deal last year, he's getting an extension. He nails it. But he's talking about Kenneth Walker linked to the Chiefs, and it's pretty reliable. But I'm just saying, when he puts something out there, I wouldn't go to bank on it, but let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, the dude's right.
Did we just discover the best part about that is when he goes, I wouldn't go to the bank on it because
I've been waiting for you guys to hear that every time you guys have said that's the best part. Dude's right.
Tell you something, this guy knows what he's talking about here.
Dude's right.
That guy is exactly right.
And Ricky Scoops was right.
He was.
I wouldn't go to bank on it, but
It's like the father giving advice. If I was you, I'll tell you what I would do. Tell you what I would do. Wouldn't go to the. But you said that guy deleted that tweet yesterday.
He did delete that tweet,
which is interesting. Yeah,
that is interesting.
Yeah.
But like I said yesterday, I don't know if this is what I would have done, but this is still a really good player, and this is a team that needed really good players. Like sometimes you just have to kind of scrap all of the rest of it and be like, okay, this is a guy who plays football really well. Yeah, he's 25 years old. Am I a little bit worried about the injury history? Yeah, is it not going to come up maybe in the games played? But you talk to Seahawks fans, you watch Seahawks games, it was an overcoming thing. He was nagging injuries. Remember Tyreek Hill on the sidelines, hamstring stuff? Yeah. Similar to that. You're not going to see it maybe in the games played, but it is something that I still hope they go get out and get another running back, whether that be free agency or the draft. But I
they
think the
definitely
perception
have to get another running back.
right?
Have to get another running, especially as Dusty said earlier. This guy is a sharer of duties, and that's what we want here. I don't want a bell cow that's going to carry the ball 325 times. I think that is malpractice, quite frankly. So you do still need to go get another running back to make this guy be effective as you possibly can.
He was 20th in the league in attempts last year. Had around 220 rushing attempts. That's his second most. So we'd love to keep him in that ballpark, the mid 200s, low 200s. I think the perception that you mentioned, Dusty, on catching passes is real. I think that is the perception. This is part of the reality. Since 2022, Kenneth Walker, 133 catches, James Cook, 130 catches. The games played in that span, 8 more for James Cook.
Yeah.
So this is a guy who is more of an all-purpose back than maybe he does get credit for. So I do like that, and I think he's explosive as all get out, and that's what the Chiefs' offense has lacked. And he's a guy who could break off a 70-yard run at any time.
Yeah, and the one thing that they really lacked last year was just the threat of having a running back. You know, as we saw with all the videos, right? Now, all of a sudden, all those linebackers that are running for, the sidelines and running for the safety position and backing up because they know the Chiefs are going to throw, now all of a sudden, you put a wrinkle into your offense. And just by going out and getting Kenny Walker provides the ability for Patrick Mahomes, hopefully, to be a little bit better and have the pressure taken off of Patrick Mahomes. And I think that's what this move signifies more than anything, is that we're ready to take that next step into that next era of what Patrick Mahomes is. And by doing that, we need to start to surround him with more weapons. When you're 22, 23, 24 years old, bro, go out there and do your thing, man. You're young, you're spry. Oh, now you're 30, and we all need help as we get older, right? Think about your parents as they get older. You got to start doing stuff for them. And then you check them into John Knox Village like we did with Jerry yesterday. And you continue to move on. But you're always getting help to folks who get older because they need it. And that's kind of where Patrick Mahomes is. He's at the middle age of his career right now, right? He needs that extra help, and they went out and they found a young guy at the running back position that they know will be a threat as much as a guy that will do damage, hopefully, for this organization. But I think the threat of having Kenneth Walker is going to be huge, at least for the first month of that season. Now, depending on how they utilize him, you go the first month of the season, and when it's the same old song and dance, then it doesn't matter. But now that you've got this guy in the backfield, he provides an immediate threat where other teams are going, okay, now we got to prepare for a little bit more for the Chiefs. We just can't pin our ears back and pretend it's going to be a pass every play because they've got this running back who they could hand the football off to.
Yeah, so I don't know. I thought the best way to think about this move yesterday was kind of the bridge of Alex Smith to Patrick Mahomes. I think that's kind of what Kenny Walker might kind of be here with this offense when it comes to, if they go draft-wise, draft a young running back in the, third or fifth round, wherever they might find that piece, and Kenny Walker is here. He's the veteran. He's the guy. He's got the skill set, but maybe not the most amazing skill set. Follow me here. So Alex Smith came in. We knew he wasn't going to be here for 10 years. We knew Alex Smith was going to be here for 4 years, and then it was going to be on you go, and hopefully we get lucky enough and find somebody within those years to take over the realm. They did. They found Patrick Mahomes. Luckily enough, they got that guy on their team, and Alex Smith was then off to his next contract, which was a great $170 million contract with the Washington football team at the time, and everything worked out. Mahomes stepped in, learned under Alex Smith. We know that whole story. Kenny Walker comes here 4 years, 25 to 28. He's not going to be here for he's not going to be in the Ring of Honor.
Right.
He's not going to be a statued player. He's a good bridge player. Now, Alex Smith probably will be in the Ring of Honor if you want to put that in there, but maybe not. I don't know how much he really accomplished here in Kansas City. It's not a shot. I'm just saying, the Ring of Honor should be held for honorable people, and I don't know if Alex Smith is in that Ring of Honor.
I don't disagree with you at all on that. I think sometimes we put it becomes the Ring of like, and the guy, we like that guy, or the Ring of recent vintage and recent memory. No, I don't disagree with you at all. Yeah.
And so I think that's where Kenny Walker can be at. And if injuries are a scare, then I'm okay with that because he's playing through them. He has played in 15 games every single year, except for the 1 year where he did have a bad injury, which was 2024. He played in 11 games and started all those 11 games. Every other year, 15, and then last year, 17 out of 17. The first year, 11 games started, 15 games played. Rookie year, obviously he had to earn his job, earn his keep, and then the rest has been okay. And the injuries he's played through. The other thing about the Kenny Walker is that it may not move me, and I think this is where it's okay to have your opinion in sports. is that it doesn't move me the way that it moves a lot of people.
Sure.
Right? A lot of people are like, dude, hell yeah, we got him. Like, let's go. And I'm just like, yeah, they got a running back. They needed a running back. What I love about this move is they got an explosive running back, a guy that can get to the second level. Because to me, what made me beat my head into a cement block every single Sunday was offsides, number 74, and watching Isaiah Pacheco run with no vision. This guy sees one crease and hits it. It's going to be a home run, or it's going to be at least a giant chunk of yardage. And you have to now feel that threat if you're on the defensive side, whereas last year when it was RPO, like Bob had said before, they didn't care. They were still sitting back. Like, we watched the Denver tape when they ran the RPOs, and Denver's like, they're not running. I'm still going to go 3 yards backwards, and if they do run, I don't trust that guy to do anything of significance. You don't trust that they're going to run the ball now, and you take 2 steps back, Kenny Walker will burn you. So in that aspect, I do love it. Kind of like the Alex Smith move. I liked Alex Smith. It didn't blow me away, but by God, what did we have before Alex Smith? Not a damn thing worth a lick. And what we had before Kenny Walker running back? Nothing.
Yeah.
And so, like, the upgrade with the name is enough for me to be like, this is fine. This is good. Now, I don't know if there was a running back name out there where I'd have been like, oh, like cherry pie or strawberry pie with Jerry and Selmo.
Right.
But the thing is you know, Bink didn't like Josh Simmons. It's okay if you don't like moves that this team makes.
It's fine. Yeah.
I'm not disliking this move. I'm just not over the moon for it. But what this move does tell me is that everybody was on board. The owner opened up his checkbook. The GM found a guy that could fix a problem, convinced the head coach to do this, and now we'll see if the head coach can convince himself to be like, okay, let's figure this out. We don't need to just do every single play like you play a friend in Madden where he throws the ball 80 times and runs twice. We don't need to do that anymore.
You played Andy in Madden?
Right.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But again, and then you look at where this all roots from. They brought in an offensive coordinator with accountability. Who's a running backs coach? What's the first move they made in free agency? They went and got a guy.
Yep.
That's a running back. That's a straight edge guy. He didn't go out and party. You're never going to see a report of Kenny Walker driving his car too fast, being out too late, having some sort of issue. Ain't his lifestyle. He's a work first, sleep second family guy, all that stuff there. So when you have your new OC who's supposed to be accountable and he's a running backs coach and you bring in a guy that's probably going to be able to understand that whole concept, those are the moves that I'm okay with. Again, I am not over the moon and I'm not dog playing this move. I'm just, I'm fine with it.
It's good. It was a needed move. Like I keep saying, a move of desperation. That's what those moves were yesterday. That's what the Chiefs do when they finish a season without winning the Super Bowl.
Boy, do we know nothing saying they're going to the clearance
but it is. But I mean that's all they signed though yesterday. They're not going to be doing anything else. Like
Travis, $15 million.
Yeah, but I mean, you knew that was coming. But you knew that was coming with Travis. That $15 million was already socked away. And I don't think they overspent at all for Kenny Walker. I think they actually got a pretty good deal when you look at what Travis Etienne got. He had a 4-year deal, first of all. So you saved a year on Kenny Walker.
Let me ask you that real quick, because he's going to New Orleans, and now there's reports that Kamara's like, I'm out. Would you take him and Kenny Walker right now, or is he too far gone?
No, I mean,
are you past that?
I'd rather go younger.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd take Kamara versus trying to get a guy in the draft, especially if they're going to release him or something like that, and he could be had for a song. I mean, those are the things you have to consider as well.
If that's the case, then sure.
You know, where this organization is. They're done. Like, the spending, like Kenny Walker is nothing. It's $9.5 million a year in guaranteed money. That's what you were going to spend on a running back if you drafted him at number 9, and you would have been stuck with 4 years of that if it was number 9. They got a 3-year deal for this guy at, what is he, 25 years old? That's a win. That is a win, I think, for the Chiefs. When I saw that yesterday, and then I saw the ETN deal of 4 for 52, and I don't know what the guaranteed money was there. I'm like,
I don't know the money on that.
The Chiefs got to win. I'd rather, in my world, where I reside, I'd rather have 3 years with the ability to get out after 2 on a running back than have a 4-year deal with Travis Etienne. As much as I liked him, I think the Chiefs win that yesterday because it's essentially a 2-year deal with the running back. I can live with that. And then you move on to the next one after that, because I thought that was a very shrewd move yesterday. I do consider that more of a nickel and dime type thing than spending 4 years, $52 million on Travis Etienne. The Chiefs looked at it and went, we'll give you 3, we'll guarantee 2. We can get out after this time in 2 seasons. And you're, 26, 27 years old at that point in time. If you're not playing well, no harm, no foul, you're gone. If you're playing great, fine, we have that 3rd year of a contract for you, and we can continue on. But I really do like this move overall, for not necessarily the financials per se, but the length of the move, I think, is brilliant for the Chiefs.
Yeah, and I think it opens up things for the draft, as you guys mentioned. Really, they can do anything at 9. I love this from former All-Pro right tackle and Super Bowl champion Mitchell Schwartz. The Chiefs don't need to commit to the run. They need a home run hitter who can make defenses pay for staying in too high and light boxes. Either the D opens up for the run game, explosives, or they get scared and change and open up some pass game. Walker should be a perfect fit. And I mean, you talk about the explosives. This is from Mina Kimes. Over the last 2 years, the Chiefs running backs have run for 10 yards or more less than 9% of the time. That's 31st among 32 teams. Last season, Kenneth Walker had the 3rd highest 10-plus yard run rate of any running back. He's explosive.
Yeah, but to say they ignored the running back position over the last couple of years would be an understatement. It really would be. I mean, to say that they ignored the running back position would be like us lying. They didn't ignore it. They just pretended it didn't exist. Mm-hmm. And now they realize, and good on them, because that's what I've said about Andy Reid. He adjusts, man. And he had this past season where the running game kind of took over in the NFL, and he had no part of it. And what do they do immediately? They get to be part of the party again.
Yeah, he's, let's see, Kenneth Walker ranks in missed tackles forced per carry, 2023 second, last year first, and this last season in 2025 second as well. He's a good player.
Yeah, good, very good player. Very good
this
player.
Team needs good players.
So. They do, yeah. And what? Let's talk about the defensive tackle that they signed yesterday, because I look at that guy. How do you pronounce it? Kyrus Tonga, who played with Seattle, played with New England. Never heard of that guy. $7 million a year they're giving him. That's nothing for a defensive tackle. He's now the 45th highest paid defensive. So they didn't spend any money on that guy, whatsoever either. But he fills a need.
I say 45th. Just real quick, that's a lot. Like that, there's, like, you have to do the math. Like there's 100. So you're acting like that. That's higher than you're making it seem. Just so you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's $7 million a year,
linemen
right?
on every team.
Yeah,
that's 120 plus.
But you've got to you got to factor in your rookies. And,
sure.
I was looking at vested veterans that are currently paid on rosters right now, and where he would rank, he's like 44th or 45th.
And it really is a 2-year deal too, which is nice.
And again, it's a 2-year deal for this guy, right? Like you can get out of it. Like the Chiefs really handled this spending period where they don't have a lot to spend in a really good way. And I think there's a little cachet, obviously, that Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, you want to come and play with them from an offensive standpoint. A defensive standpoint, if you're a defensive lineman, Spags makes you shine. He's made people shine at that position over the last couple of years. And so for this Tonga guy to come in, you got a couple of years, maybe you make some plays, you play next to Chris Jones, maybe he's the guy that benefits from playing next to Chris Jones, going forward. Instead of Chris Jones benefiting from this guy, maybe Tonga will benefit from playing alongside of Chris Jones. And all of a sudden, he's making plays and he's getting tackles. And that's a good thing for us. So we needed a guy there. They went out and got a guy there. They needed a guy here. They went out and got a guy here. They did what they needed to do in their grocery shopping on the first day.
Yeah, every Patriots fan was upset after that signing from Tonga. They were really upset that he left, so that's always a good sign. He played a lot of fullback last year for them as well.
Did he really?
Yeah, so he will be in the red zone for Andy Reid. There's no question about it. 330 pounds. Yeah,
let's go.
He can move.
That was his graphic on the screen that I saw when they signed him to say he was a part-time fullback.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
And then Chris Jones said he's a dog on Twitter, so he's going to
love
be
that.
Good.
Yep, they got Chris Jones.
Is Chris Jones happy? Did he approve of this one? Chris, you good, bro? We're going to sign this guy. You good?
Yeah,
I'm
sounds
good.
good. Sounds good, Brett.
Would it be...
Who?
Never heard of him.
Would you be mad if they took a corner at number 9?
Yeah, because I don't think there is one.
Yeah.
Who's playing corner right now for the Chiefs?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never heard of him.
I think that's now more significant need than a defensive end.
Yeah.
I don't know who's playing corner. Shamari Connor?
Let's see. I put it down just because it's crazy. Yeah, Noel Williams, Christian Fulton, Josh Williams. I wrote that down. He's now gone. He's a Tennessee Titan. Melvin Smith Jr. and Najee Johnson.
I don't know many of those humans.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there are two guys that I feel. One guy that I feel confident in. Christian Fulton is a guy that could be good.
Could be good. We don't know. Again,
he's 30. I don't know.
Didn't get the opportunity much to play last year, and so we'll see. If he didn't get the opportunity much last year, who knows what he's going to have the opportunity to do going forward. So it becomes a position of need. Yeah, probably will sign somebody. In free agency, draft a guy in the middle rounds where they seemingly do with all of their cornerbacks other than Trent McDuffie. And so, we'll see what happens at that position. But that I still think the defensive backfield as a whole is a big need. Even with the signing of that safety guy yesterday, I still think they need help at that safety position. I still think if Caleb Downs is there at number 9, you got to grab him. I mean, he could be an absolute game changer for you. He could be your defensive Patrick Mahomes, if you will. He has that kind of ability and has that kind of talent. And everything I continue to read about these guys in the draft, this guy is continually talked about as the best player in the draft by multiple parties. And so if that guy's out there and he's still available, how do you not draft him at number 9 overall? Unless there's something they don't like about him, which, we're not privy to, obviously. But you've got an opportunity out there to potentially draft what could be the captain of your defense for at least the next 4 years.
Coming up next, we're going to do our Tough Tuesdays on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Park and Go are ready for spring break. Are you ready for spring break? We're headed out of town as well, and so we made our reservation at Park and Go because we know we're going to get to our flight on time. We know we're going to have covered parking. We know we're going to get a good deal, and we know when we get back from our trip, we're not going to have to wait for a bus to show up. We're just going to get right back to the trunk of our car, and that's what they do at Park and Go. Immediately when you make your flight reservation, do what we do and go to bookparkandgo.com and make your parking reservation. Prepay, because when you prepay, you save money on every day you park, and it's a lot more affordable, right? Everybody likes to save money, and then you've reserved that covered parking spot just for you. Every spot at Park and Go is covered. So when you get there, they'll direct you to that covered parking spot they have reserved for you. The van will meet you and take you right to the airport terminal in no time at all. And when you get back, man, you're tired, you're exhausted, you just want to get home, right? Grab your bags, walk outside. There's the bus, jump on it, and boom, right back to the trunk of your car. So do what we did and join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Looking for the best deal on TRT? Don't pay hundreds of dollars out of pocket or settle for a one-size-fits-all dose from your doctor just because they take your insurance. At Synergen X and Low T Center, you get powerful TRT dose for your body and covered by your insurance. Synergen X and Low T Center work with most insurance plans and customize each TRT for maximum effectiveness and safety. And this February, we're offering free testosterone tests and discounted peptides and GLP-1s to make getting your life back as easy as possible. Don't miss this opportunity. Go to SynergenX or LowTCenter.com and book today.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Getting engaged? So friends, listen up. Shane Company engagement rings are protected with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We stand behind the same quality we've offered since 1929. Our rings are crafted to last. It's why our warranty is the only one that protects your center stone. We also cover repairs, resizings, cleanings, and so much more. That's money you keep for you and your family. Because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Traffic for DM Entry Law, east side 70 eastbound gets heavy at Truman, crawls over past 23rd, getting into a construction zone where you're down to one lane. Only scheduled to be that way till 7 a.m., so we'll see. Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law. How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results. Mike's got this. 816-888-7500. Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Tough Tuesdays. Okay, so coming up at 7 o'clock, we'll dive into last night, which was, to me, the national arrival for Bobby Witt Jr. I know that I'm hard. You better believe it. You better believe it. A lot of football information to get to today, and probably some more. I mean, yesterday, what was your phone just constantly like? Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Holy cow, the Chiefs just did what? Buried below all the other stuff that was going on the other day. Adam Schefter tweets. Ian Rappaport tweets. Ari Marlowe tweets. It's just like,
never ending.
Over
100 signed yesterday.
The problem is, though, everybody tweets the same damn thing. And so,
Pretty much.
once somebody tweets it, like, everybody else just stand down.
But
we don't need 27 people going, I confirmed what this guy confirmed what, all that kind of
But when they
nonsense.
all start tweeting the same thing, then you know it's legit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's what I kind of, it's like the candle burning at both ends type thing, right? Like, well, if Ian Rappaport's doing it, Adam Schefter's doing it, and this guy's doing it, then Schultz, I guess you'd put in there, it must be true. But it is a tough Tuesday, and there's, different people that go through Tuesdays differently. Some tough, some easy.
I just
right
want to
now,
win, Jen.
a really good Tuesday would be Bob Fesco and Mac Morey or Joe Burrow.
Pounded this week.
Better believe it.
Joe
They've already
Burrow,
had a Tuesday, who knows?
I did, yes. Sunday, yeah. Sunday had a Tuesday on Sunday, yeah. That's it, yeah.
Had a Sunday and an Andy's on.
We had Andy's again, yeah. So good.
Nice.
No, not again last night.
I was good hell, dude.
Twice, yeah.
You're going to get large.
But what happens is we only eat a little of it, you stick it in the freezer, and you have it for the next day.
Yeah,
and
you guys all 4 sometimes share one.
We had
right?
two. We had 2 on Sunday. We had one of the gooey butter cake ones, and then we had one of their chocolate cake ones as well. Ooh. And so we each take a little bit and then put it back in the freezer and let it sit the next day. Yeah, kids came home from school and ate the whole thing.
Of course, they draw a giant star in the kitchen with like iodine salt, light the candles, like get The Andes.
Yes, that's exactly. Well, actually, that was Maloney dropped
Putting on,
off some
like,
gooey
close.
butter cake yesterday at the
Oh,
house.
Lord.
Oh my
Make your
God!
own.
Oh, nice.
I mean, no, I will tell
hell,
you this:
Rob?
the gooey butter cake that Maloney dropped at the house yesterday would make every AH in St. Louis jealous. Because it was amazing. I've never tasted gooey butter cake that good before. Sorry, Momo. Like this stuff Maloney brought yesterday. I'm not
I'll have to
kidding,
try
man.
it. I'll have to
I
try
am
it.
not kidding. This stuff was insanity in a
That's high
styrofoam
praise.
container.
Eating Momo. He does make good stuff.
Yeah, but like, can you start like dropping off like fried mushrooms?
No.
Yes, please.
I'm just not a sweets guy.
No, I
So, like,
understand that.
I'm
but like,
sorry.
yeah, the fried mushrooms, they don't travel well, though.
I don't care. I have an air
You
fryer.
know?
They're so good.
Yeah.
I don't care.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I just throw those in the air fryer. Real quick. Like, you drop some mushrooms off my door, Rob. The ones that I can eat both.
Smash.
Anyways, tough Tuesday. How about Atlanta football, dude? Atlanta football is tough. Atlanta in general. We ain't getting the Magic City themed jerseys, by the way. Those are out.
Yeah, that's done. Yeah.
Yeah, we that was done before it started.
Yeah,
We
it
should have
really
done that. But the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, let me see if I can figure this out. They drafted Michael Penix to sign Kirk Cousins to go and get Tua Tagovailoa.
I think two is insurance for Michael Penix, who has proven he can't stay healthy.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like getting a cast on the wrong leg.
Yeah, but you have a lefty versus a lefty quarterback. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
Neither
from
one
that
can stay on the
standpoint.
field.
Well, but you got two that are throwing the ball the same way. That's the only reason I can think of why you go out and sign Tua immediately like that if you're the Miami Dolphins.
I thought it was hilarious with the meme yesterday. It was Gump and Dan eating ice cream. It said Tua showed to Michael Penix preseason.
Yeah, I mean, you
That's good.
yeah,
Lieutenant Dan ice cream.
yeah.
Ice cream. And
Michael Penix in knee injury.
But I never understood why teams would have like Lamar Jackson as their quarterback and then let's say Joe Flacco as their backup.
You mean like they have Malik Willis?
But that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's two completely different quarterbacks. If somebody gets hurt, then
Right.
you got to change your entire offense. It makes no sense whatsoever to do something like that. The lefty quarterback is a lot different. I mean, for the wide receivers, they talk about it all the time. And so if this guy goes down, at least you have the same guy. You're not asking the entire team to go. We know how hard it is for these NFL athletes to figure out the playbook. It takes 3 years here in Kansas City. And so you don't want to have to change your entire team. So they went out and basically found a carbon copy of their starter to be their backup quarterback. I mean, I understand what they did in that situation. At least that's what I think they did.
I thought about giving it to Gardner Minshew because he got signed to the Arizona Cardinals for a year for $8 million. But in all honesty, he ain't going to play. They're going to go with Jacoby Brissett.
yeah, Brissett's going to start.
He's going to live in Arizona with $8 million, buy a house in Scottsdale, never see me again.
Doesn't sound too bad.
No, that's a hell of a deal
That's
for
a hell of
Gardner
a
Minshew.
Tuesday.
Like, he's the biggest winner in free agency,
Yes,
quite
yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, good for him.
Backup
Good
quarterback
day.
for the Arizona Cardinals, $8 million, and you get to live out in Phoenix. Hell yeah,
Sounds
man!
awesome.
Sounds great.
That's a dream for me.
With a van and George and a handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
He'll fit right in, dude.
I mean, it is perfect out there. Like, that's the greatest
That's the
place to go.
greenskeeper?
I mean,
No, man, that's Gardner
and
Minshew.
nobody knows who you are because nobody's a fan. I mean, you can't blend it any better. Like, good for him, man. That is awesome. Who's yours, Mac?
How about Gunnar Henderson with a tough Tuesday? We're all praising him, and all of a sudden, the real best shortstop in the game shows up.
The 7th pick of the draft. Another diving stop by Bobby Witt. Has he done it again? You bet he has. Bobby Witt, dazzling for USA.
And that was just one of the plays.
That roar of the crowd was awesome.
We call that a pop in the attitude
Ooh,
days.
yeah.
That was good. I like that roar.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Shows you how many
obviously.
people have never seen it because that was a 70% crowd in Mexico last night.
Seriously, yeah.
They, they don't watch Bobby Witt.
Yeah.
They saw that, and even their fans were like, "Oh my
They were
god!"
like, whoa.
And then he did it
Did
again.
it again. Yeah, so we'll get into that in the next segment and talk about all the amazing acrobatics that Bobby Witt made last night. But yeah, man, I mean, Gunnar had a good game, but can't do what Bobby Witt can do.
No, but they could play him at second base. I don't need to see that guy again.
Yeah, who is playing second base?
Teagan or something, or Tagan.
Yeah,
or whatever.
why not put Gunnar Henderson
I
at
don't
second
know.
base? It's an all-star team. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, look at Max Royals, man. He's got Yamamoto, Judge, and they're all playing together on the same team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know he's good. But look,
Gunnar, oh, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the guy playing second base right now, but like, Gunnar Henderson plays second.
Yeah.
Oh, he would be great.
Nobody would care. We don't even know.
Dude.
We don't even know who's playing second base right now. But you put
Italy, USA. USA wins. They play the easier team next round. Italy wins it. Because like I was telling you earlier, Venezuela, Dominican Republic play. Loser plays Japan next round.
That's great. That's a hell of a caveat to have hanging out there. You win, you don't have to play Japan. Oh, okay. Let's go out there and win this game now. So
play them late as possible.
Yeah. My Tough Tuesday goes to Michael Porter Jr.
Oh.
Because the New York Post today declared him the face of the Nets. What a terrible honor. Like, who dreams of being the face of the Nets? Get that?
That's so bad. Aw.
Is there anywhere you'd rather be the face of worse than the Nets?
Like, what would
Face
be
of the
worse?
Cardinals, like the Arizona Cardinals?
That's a pretty bad one.
It's a bad one,
Yeah, that's a bad one. Like, I was just thinking, like any rando, like the Marlins. Like, you're the face of the Marlins. Oh, really? Or
You're the face of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that was
that's actually really bad
Yeah.
too. But at least they have fans.
Yeah, that's true.
At least
They
have
do.
Fans.
They
Like,
have
people
fans.
Care about them.
Yeah, they do have fans. Yes.
Nets
have no
Come on.
fans. I mean, it's crazy.
Being the face of the Nets is like being the most popular kid in 5th grade.
Yeah, exactly. All right, nice man. Here's
That's
a cookie.
cool.
The face of the Nets, though.
I mean, I'm trying to think.
Name another net.
Nick Claxton's the only one. They can't name
Speedy's
anyone.
kid?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I guess Jason Kidd was for a while.
Yep. Jason Kidd. Just name other ones.
20
Joe
years
Johnson,
ago.
Paul
Yeah, but
Pierce.
dude, that Nets team was awesome.
Drazen Petrovic before he died.
Kidding me? They had Keith Van Horn.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Dude, Keith, come on. KVH, baby. Get in those threes on NBA Street.
Whatever happened to him? Like, is he coaching high school basketball
Could see
someplace?
Could see that.
Yeah, Keith Van Horn, man. Didn't he go to Utah?
Utah, yeah.
They had him. They had Jason Kidd.
And they never won anything.
Well, unfortunately, they played in a tough time where the Detroit Pistons were really good in that era.
Mm-hmm.
They had like Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, Rip Hamilton. Won a natty, or not a natty. They won an NBA championship.
Then Michael
Phillips.
Jordan came along and said, "Excuse me, you'll take a seat at this table now for the next 8 years, 2 of which I'll be
Different
playing
Pistons.
baseball."
Different
Yes.
Pistons, but yeah, this is Michael Jordan was whizzing it at this time.
Yeah, he was whizzing it at that time. Yeah.
Coming up next, Bobby Witt Jr., national superstar. You better believe it. 96.5 The Fan, you're over the Kansas City Royals.
You're listening to Bob Fesco
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
and Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, we always talk about your home being your biggest investment, right? And there is no question in my mind that it is our biggest investment. And you always want it to look awesome, whether it be the inside or the outside of your home. You always want it to pop and look its best. And the way you do that is with Serta Pro Painters. They've come out to our house and have painted the interior of our house. We're looking at the exterior of our house now that has some faded colors and some scuffs that needs to be ready to go for spring. And we call our friends over at Serta Pro Painters because they're going to bring that fresh color back to your home with quality craftsmanship. Their free estimates are detailed and easy to understand, providing a worry-free process from start to finish. You can protect your home and your peace of mind. What I'm going to ask you to do right now is this. Ask about their spring sales event for 10% off qualifying projects now through May 15th. And don't forget, each Serta Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in Kansas City. So schedule your free estimate today at CertaPro.com. That's CertaPro.com. Serta with a C. It's Serta Pro.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/ground advantage to learn more.
I stopped smoking with Mark Patrick's hypnosis when nothing else worked. 1 year later, my wife Michelle and I attended the Mark Patrick Weight Loss Hypnosis Seminar. In 2 months, lost 43 pounds, and she lost 18 pounds.
And we feel great. Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis and lose the weight or stop smoking. Only $59.99 guaranteed or your money back. Hypnosis, Wednesday, April 1st at the Wingate by Wyndham, Kansas City. Formerly Sure Stay Plus by Best Western in Kansas City. Lose weight hypnosis, 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis, 8 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Royals coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
At Metal by the Foot, we pride ourselves on delivering the highest quality metal to meet your exact needs. Located in Casey and Topeka, online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
Today is Heartland Men's Health Day on 96.5 The Fan. 3 locations: Overland Park, North Kansas City, and Independence. For more information, go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Heading out of downtown, 70 eastbound, gets heavy past Prospect, crawls over to 23rd, getting into a construction zone where you're down to 1 lane. Westbound lanes heavy coming in from Manchester Traffic Way in past 31st with construction. 435 northbound off again on again heavy from Front Street up to 210. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Listen between 2 and 6 on Monday, March 9th and Tuesday, March 10th for your chance to qualify for the Drives Papa Shot Tournament. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey, don't forget, it is March. I know that calendar is moving fast on you. I mean, heck, St. Patty's Day is going to be, what, next week?
Yeah, today's, what, the 10th already of March? Yeah. My goodness, where is this month gone? It feels like we were just celebrating Binkley's birthday 6 days ago.
A week from today, we're going to be decked out in some green Maloney's gear, as I was told I must on Tuesday. But don't forget, the month of March, Heartland Men's Health has a special offer for local first responders and military families. If you're a local first responder or a military family, go to heartlandmenshealth.com for more information, more details on your consultation. It's available at all 3 locations this month, Overland Park, North Kansas City, and Independence. Heartland Men's Health is honored to serve those who serve all of us. It's a great, great building. If, like, you're nervous, you won't have it when you go in there. You like clean, lit up places where people are kind and nice. That's your place. And I mean, you see the billboards, you see all that sort of stuff. You hear us talk about it for reasons of positivity, and that's why at Heartland Men's Health. So get out there this month in March if you are a first responder or military family. I'll tell you this. We had conversations about it, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, that maybe there's a chance that if Bobby Witt Jr. has a moment, like let's say it's like in a big game, right? Like I think Japan right now is tied with Czech 0-0. Let me see if I can find that game.
FS1 has to be, right?
Well, there's like 3 games on right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, but you look at, what Bobby Witt Jr. did last night. And I thought it was interesting because when you say that he has to do something, maybe with the stick, right? Like hit a walk-off bomb. It's not really Bobby's game. Now, he has done that. We have seen that. He can hit the walk-off home run. But more so, Bobby's moment, the way that Bonds was just hitting one into McCovey Cove, or Aaron Judge hitting one to, I don't know, Manhattan. I don't know how far that is from the stadium, but probably pretty far.
And
it
would have to be a foul ball, though, not to be the,
Thanks,
well,
Coach.
yeah, Buck, yeah, exactly. Sorry.
When you
But if
live,
he had a foul ball that way, that would be an extreme shot. Yeah.
and Bobby Witt Jr. just does those like things where we are accustomed to seeing this, and not to be thanks coach, but watching that last night, those two plays that he made back to back, Nolan Arenado did that too, or not Nolan Arenado, but Manny Machado did that as well. And people that have watched the Padres and watched the Orioles maybe a couple of years back were like, yeah, we've seen that before.
Yeah.
And everybody saw Machado do that. Well, everybody now saw Bobby Witt Jr. do that. And when he does freakish things, that's Bobby's game. Like making those plays and getting the reaction. Like he created a Paul Skeens meme last night. And I know that you're probably like, I don't get what that means or the significance, Dusty. Well, millennials and Gen Zs and all these people have started memes. Like you got memed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it happens all the time. And last night after Bobby Witt Jr. made that second play and Paul Skeens looks back at him and it's like that's probably the same face Paul Skeens made when Liv Dunn walked down and did the splits on the stage. Like same exact look. And Bobby Witt Jr. made that play with ease. And Bryce Harper, luckily was able to stretch that out. It could send a little bit more effort from Bryce, but either way. And those are the moments Bobby Witt Jr. has to have. And not only that, but when you have the captain of your team and maybe the biggest superstar in the American League talking about you.
The reason why he's one of the best players in the game, if not the best player in the game, it's just consistently day in and day out. He does it on both sides of the ball, and he makes plays like that win you a ball game. There's only maybe one or two individuals in the game that can do that, and he's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's high praise coming from Aaron Judge, who he's not a rival with Bobby Witt between the two of them. For us, it may be a rival for Bobby Witt. For Aaron Judge, he's just another baseball player that's looking at Bobby Witt going, damn, I don't know anybody that can do that. And you know that Paul Skeens' reaction was great because I love how the fact that it's compared to what he did when he won the Cy Young Award. And Livy Dunn's really excited. Paul Skeens just kind of sitting there like, fine, I won the Cy Young Award. Last night, his reaction to Bobby Witt making those plays was really epic. And I always... in my mind, this is how I work anyway. I know how good a play is based on the reaction of other major leaguers or other NFL stars. When they have that, or an NBA player, when they got that look on their face, you're like, oh, that's how you know that play is extraordinary because the guys who do it every day are the ones that are reacting to it. And he's getting now the praise from everybody nationally that he should. I mean, you saw yesterday Pat McAfee tweeting about him. That's huge. Whether you want to believe that or not, Pat McAfee is a major player in the sports media world, in the sports media landscape. And he's out there praising Bobby Witt Jr.,
and he's a known
right?
football head.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He's a known football guy that's, taken a love to this World Baseball Classic, which is great. Yankees Stats, a Twitter feed out there says this: I don't care if he needs to play first base. You start Bobby Witt every game you play. There are two players you don't bench for anyone on this team, Aaron Judge and Bobby Witt Jr. That's coming from a Yankee honk.
I love seeing that.
When you see stuff like that, this is how now Bobby Witt takes that next step. He needed to have big moments on a big stage. This World Baseball Classic is a major stage. I hope the television ratings, play out for how big I think this World Baseball Classic is. And last night, Bobby Witt made two of the best plays that you will see, not just in the World Baseball Classic, but two of the best plays you will ever see. Like Alejandro Kirk thought he had a base hit to left field. And then he saw Bobby make that play, and he's like, damn. And I think he slowed down and just watched Bobby make that play because that's how spectacular that was. And then he said, hold my beer, and he did it again a couple of innings later and made another spectacular play, all while hitting two doubles in that game last night. When we talk about how Bobby Witt takes that next step and gets the Aaron Judge stank off the MVP or the Cal Raleigh stank off the MVP, it's moments like that last night. The groundwork has now been laid for everybody in baseball to know that Bobby Witt is really good at what he does for a living. And I think those moments last night will be the catalyst now to drive him towards that MVP. And if he puts on a season like he has the last 2 years, I think more and more people now will realize how good Bobby is just because of those two plays that he made last night. That's baseball. That's how baseball works. You've got to do it in front of a national audience in order to get those rights. And a lot of times the Royals don't have that opportunity because ESPN and these other networks have loved the Yankees and Red Sox for so long. So they don't give anybody else an opportunity. But Bobby had an opportunity last night, and boy, did he take advantage of that opportunity in a big way.
Yeah, I think it's also crazy, too, because everything that maybe Vern reminds you of why he thinks Bobby Witt Jr. is the best baseball player on the planet. You hear Aaron Judge be like, he might be the best player in baseball. And then they talk about his speed last night because he goes from first to second, and it's like a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And it's like and to me, that's where the satisfaction sits in watching Bobby Witt Jr. do this, because we have been fortunate enough that in our backyard we've been able to see this kid do this and come up through MLB this way. Where, I don't know if the two plays in St. Louis last year were better than last night because they didn't have the significance of the moment.
Yeah.
But from an athletic standpoint, those plays he made in St. Louis in the Powder Blues that we saw, right? The diving catch and then the play as well.
Yep.
They might have been better, and we've all seen that already. But now the national media and the national people in perspective, again, that was a dominant Mexican crowd last night over the United States.
Yeah.
Now, tonight, from a fan's perspective, it might be more fun to watch Bobby Witt Jr. versus Team Italy because it's Cags and Vinny and so on and so forth. But, last night for Bobby Witt Jr., that was one game, and I don't think we're done. I think he's going to give us one more type of – because it's kind of like how when we first saw Mahomes start to do this on – the national stage in the playoffs, right? At first it was against Pittsburgh and against the Chargers at noon, and nobody was like, it's a rookie, whatever. And then all of a sudden, by about week 5 or 6 with Mahomes, you're like, all right, this isn't a fluke. This is something that we need to start studying and figure out if this guy's really genetically this talented. And then all of a sudden he got to the playoffs, and people are like, oh, he's doing what with the football? He does what with his arm? He does what with his legs? He runs like a stepdad on a beach, but he somehow gets 20 yards rushing, and Bobby Witt Jr. has now done that with Home Run Derby. He's now done that with that game last night. He needs one more big sort of moment, and then he's over.
I think that last night is bigger than anything he did in the Home Run Derby.
I'm not debating
right?
that.
I would
just another notch on his resume.
But I would hope more people watched last night than the Home Run Derby. Don't you think? Are you guys interested to see what the TV ratings are for that game last night? Yeah, I know I am. I really want to see how many people are watching this World Baseball Classic because it feels like a lot. And I know we live in a small world now and we're all connected, via social media and our algorithms and stuff. But I feel like people are into this. Every ballpark is packed. Every player, except for Screwball, he's Screwball, whatever you want to call him, he's not buying in. But every player's buying into all this. Every fan is buying into this. Baseball has bought into this. I feel like people are really watching and paying attention. I want to see what the number was for last night's game. It was on Big Fox, and so everybody gets that for free. And so
Cody and Gold seemed pretty meh on it.
About the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, I was surprised listening to him yesterday.
It just doesn't mean anything. It just there's no bit of
But
it.
you tell the fans that are at these games that are getting caught up in the moment. Tell the players that when they're out there, we watched that game yesterday, right? On the edge of our seats with Australia and was it Korea yesterday?
Yeah.
And they had to win by 5. They couldn't give up 3. I don't know what else is getting your juices going at this time of year other than an international baseball tournament featuring the best players in the world playing against each other. So I think if you're a sports fan, you're in on this. And I keep going back to McAfee and how important it is that he's buying in. Our friends at Barrett Sports Media, which is a trade publication for us. And the headline is ESPN has found a new quarterback in Pat McAfee. He's eventually going to be more popular, maybe already is, than the guy that they have in the lead over there at Stephen A. Smith. Pat McAfee being involved in this World Baseball Classic is a huge deal, especially since ESPN isn't televising it. And he's on board with it. That tells you how big it is because a lot of these ESPNers get involved and say, we're televising it, we're going to make it big. Pat McAfee's network is not televising the World Baseball Classic. He took a show to the World Baseball Classic. He's talking about the World Baseball Classic. It's a big deal, and I guarantee you a big part of his show today is going to be Bobby Witt focused.
That's huge.
Huge, and that's how Bobby Witt gets the MVP.
Great for the younger demo, too.
So you said that Cody and Alex are just meh about the World
Well, I
Baseball
listened to
Classic?
him just for a few minutes in the car yesterday, and I was a little surprised at the tone. Yeah, they were more agreeing with, was it Schwarber who said, Olympics, or was it Harper? Harper. Yeah, that was Harper. Yeah,
Harper.
Yeah. Yeah, so they were playing that audio, and they were kind of agreeing with that. And I mean, I didn't necessarily disagree that it's not the Olympics,
But we don't have the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
But I still felt like it's been really. I mean, I know like my brother-in-law, they're not watching all 162 MLB baseball games, but they were locked in for these games. I mean, we made it a Friday night and went to watch the game together. So I know it's been a thing in my small world anecdotally. That's kind of what it's felt like with you guys. It's kind of what it felt like a couple of my other friends separately.
Even
so
my wife last night was like,
that.
let's go watch the game. We're sitting outside. It's a beautiful night, obviously.
So
and I didn't want to go anywhere, right? I'm
so
stuck to the chair. And she's like, well, let's go in and watch the game. I'm like, yeah, it's 7 o'clock. I said, but coverage starts at 7. We got till about 7:08 before we need to go in. And so we used every minute outside and then immediately went in and we were locked in, Yeah. It's like, that's what we wanted to do. A lot of my friends are watching too and paying attention to all of this and think it's great. I
was surprised.
Yeah.
Different perspective.
It is, but this is what we have. This is like the World Series because it involves the world,
So, all right. So Cody says wishes our players would treat it if how the other countries do. Alex was a wet blanket on saying that only the Olympics would matter.
Yeah,
to him.
that was his. And
that sounds about right.
And we'll have Gold on, I believe, on Thursday for Golden Locks.
But also, too, are they just mimicking what Bryce Harper said, though, too? Because Bryce Harper's negative comments about this thing have gotten more run than a lot of people's positive comments about this thing. And that's the sad part of life, is we focus on the negative all the time and give the negative all of that attention. Meanwhile, guys are going out here and they're loving playing for Team USA. Bryce Harper's a wet blanket. He's been a negative Nancy since this season started, yelling at the commissioner and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's kind of sucked over the last couple of months. Get bent.
Well, there's a saying in Game of Thrones says, "You know nothing, Jon Snow." We should probably think about saying that to ourselves more often when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at Golden Oak Lending are ready to help you save money just like they have done for us over the last decade. Yeah, our friends at Golden Oak Lending call us about every 6 months and say, hey, we may have a mortgage rate drop coming. Let us know if you're interested. And we always get interested in ways to save money. And that's what Golden Oak can do for you. But it starts with that free mortgage checkup. It is risk-free. There's no paperwork or credit card required. It's just a simple phone conversation. You'll call Golden Oak Lending, and you'll tell them where you are in life and where you want to go. And then they will get to work to find out if there's a mortgage better than the one that you're in. If there's not, they're not going to sell it to you, right? Obviously. But at Golden Oak Lending, the average cash-out customer saves over $1,100 per month, and you go 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment. And that sounds beautiful at any time of year, but also this time of year. It's spring. You'd like to take 2 months off from having to make a mortgage payment? Golden Oak Lending can help you do that. So take that free mortgage checkup today. You can check them out at goldenoaklending.com. But better yet, have that conversation. 913-890-GOLD. And let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
I wish I'd gotten treated for my erectile dysfunction sooner. Men, I hear this all the time from our patients. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if ED is a problem in your life, resolve to get it treated today and stop having it affect you and the one you love. ED is simply a medical condition, and it's fully treatable. And at Heartland Men's Health, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. Which means if you're like most guys, your ED will be a thing of the past. In fact, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and you'll likely find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. It's the new year. Resolve to get your ED treated and change your life. Call us at Heartland Men's Health. Your initial visit is only $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
When you see a Gravely mowing the grass, you're looking at over 100 years of ingenuity in action. You're seeing a rugged, durable machine professional lawn service companies have relied on for generations. Or maybe you see a homeowner who demands the best, cutting their own lawn like the pros, whether mowing or on a trailer between jobs. When you see a Gravely, you're seeing greatness at work. Take your lawn mowing up a notch with a Gravely. See the full line at your local dealer.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures.
Everything and then some.
I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus.
One money pit with a side of fries.
But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders.
$125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Hey, March matchup fans, BetMGM is offering a legendary experience for you and 3 of your friends in Vegas. Climb the BetMGM Court of Legends leaderboard for a chance to win the trip of a lifetime to Las Vegas to see Haley and Hannah Cavender. That include 4 tickets to the Court of Legends event featuring the Cavender twins. Withdrawable funds for travel, a 3-night stay at the MGM Grand and MGM Resorts credit. Make this March one to remember. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New and existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Withdrawable bonus dollars for flight money. Please gamble responsibly.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
East side 70 eastbound gets heavy at Truman, crawls past 23rd, getting into a construction zone where you're down to 1 lane, back to posted speeds past 27th. And then westbound lanes a little slow coming in around 31st Street, hits some delays, so stays off again on again slow in past Jackson Avenue. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Dear Lord. See, I knew we opened up the Cody and Gold jar. Listening to Gold talk about the World Baseball Classic reminds me of my ex-wife. I can give her the gift she was wanting forever, and then all she does is piss and moan about it and say that she wanted that last year, not now.
That does sound like Alex. Yeah, it really does. I got to be honest with you. That is right up Alex's alley. I told you yesterday, I got a text from our friend Gene Watson, the advanced scout for the Team USA last night, and it was right after what was the moment that happened last night that the Roman Anthony home run. Mm-hmm. When he was on the show yesterday, he talked about Roman Anthony could be a big stick in the lineup, right? Roman Anthony goes yard yesterday, hits the home run, and I get a text from our friend Gene Watson. It's to me, and it's to a number I don't have in my phone. And it just says, "Told ya!" And I'm like, okay, it's to me and somebody I don't know.
He's a big told you guy?
Yeah. Well, in that moment he was, right? Yeah. Told you.
Well, it's a second home run, though.
And so I texted him off the thread, and I said, why did you just text? I said, but you didn't text the right person here. And it's this number. And I've got this app on my phone. Who in the hell is this? To me, in this random number, told you, and all these exclamation points. So I typed in the number, and I haven't told Dusty who it was yet. Also, just so you know, I have mistexted Gene like I thought it was my wife one time.
Told you.
No, it was like, I'm coming up. You better be ready. Like, what type of thing. Like, thank God it was the Gene, right? I just want to win, Jen. And so I'm like, who in the hell is this number that you're saying told you to? And I typed it in, and the number comes up immediately. He texted me and Dusty Baker. He was texting Dusty Likens. He got the wrong Dusty. You're an idiot. You don't know what I'm talking about. So Dusty Baker's getting this text from Gene Watson. Go, told you. The hell did I do? And who's this other guy that he's telling it to?
Dusty Baker has the same one. He's like, who's Robert Fesco?
Who the hell is this guy? I was dying.
That's hilarious.
I texted Gene back. I'm like, why did you text me and Dusty Baker? And he still didn't realize he did. I said, you texted that to Dusty Baker, not Dusty Likens. He's like, oh my God.
Two completely different people.
Just a little bit.
He just saw Dusty and hit that number.
Yep. Dusty, boom, told ya.
Told you. Dusty Baker's like, dude, I retired. What are you talking about, man? I'm trying to live out my retirement days. And the guy's yelling at me. Calm down, Gene.
And he just got eliminated from the World Baseball Classic, too. Dusty Baker did.
He did?
Yeah, he was the head coach of Nicaragua.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dang.
Oh, my God. So it makes it even worse.
Yeah,
Told you were going to lose.
Kicking me while I'm down.
Yeah, dude. You should text him back, man. You know, Dusty Baker got eliminated the same day.
My stomach hurts so much. Oh. They just lost. Told you.
Didn't you guys see the?
That's great.
Did you guys see the picture of Dusty Baker showing up to the World Baseball Classic and like his outfit and his all that? It was like he was like manager ready to go, wristbands, gloves, like headband, all this sort of stuff. So
that's fantastic.
That's
He's a great manager, though, man. And now his kid, you know, the kid who took the bat, he's like playing now. And
yeah, that Bonds picked up on the home run or the JT Snow hit or whatever it was.
Right. Yeah.
Did you guys see the sandwich that's going viral at the World Baseball Classic, the Tokyo ice cream sandwich?
Yes, I've heard good things about that.
Am I wrong to think it looks like a fortune cookie stuffed with ice cream, but like that texture of the outside?
Huh.
That's what it looks like.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
I don't know. It looks like it's like that sort of texture of like a fortune cookie. That inside it's just vanilla or chocolate ice cream. Would smash.
Yeah, people have said that like that thing is unbelievable. My sister's going to Japan in a couple of months or a couple of weeks, I think now, and they're going to go to a baseball game over there. You got to try that, right? Like that seems to be the big item for everybody to try over there.
They have figured out the ice cream sandwich technology. Yes. It seems. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Better than we have.
And then you got what we have is the apple pie dumplings. So
yeah, exactly.
So each their own, half a dozen the other, whichever one you want. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Egret, shout out to the first queen of Game of Thrones, the wildling lady that always told Jon Snow that he knew nothing, even though he thought he might have known everything because he grew up with Ned Stark in Game of Thrones for the background history there. We know nothing when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs. Like straight up, like we think they're going to do this, they do something else. We think they're going to do this, and then they do this. Who are they going to keep? Who are they not? We thought yesterday, at least I'll say this, I thought yesterday, hey, Jalen Watson, what do you say? 30 million, and she's going to keep him? Yes! Yeah, I can see that. Keep Watson, let him be. No, he's going to the Rams too. Brian Cook, he's in Cincinnati. Kenneth Walker, he's now here with the Kansas City Chiefs as running back. Tyquan Thornton, they kept around. That to me was a great move yesterday that they did. I don't know why that move makes me the happiest, but I like that move. And I wasn't sure Tyquan Thornton was going to stick around. I thought maybe they would just go all free agent, all draft receivers. And again, it all goes back to I'll just wait until the episode airs. I'll stop trying to read the tea leaves because I just don't ever know what they're going to do.
Yeah, we kind of said the other day that they were going to watch Jalen Watson, which means they weren't going to sign Jalen Watson. I mean, they didn't really do a whole lot, comparatively speaking. I think they let, like, how many millions of dollars go out the door yesterday in contracts where they just didn't even consider signing Brian Cook, Jalen Watson, and there was another gentleman. Joshua Williams went out the door yesterday, and also, too, with Trent McDuffie going out the door. I mean, I think the Chiefs.
Whole secondary.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs yesterday, I calculated, they allowed $214 million to walk away yesterday, and they signed $40 million yesterday. So there is a huge difference between the amount of money that left and the amount of money that they were bringing in, which is what we said. They weren't going to be huge spenders in free agency. Anybody that was a big ticket money item that they had here in Kansas City, guys, they just let walk. They just let leave. And that is the smart way to do it. You don't want to have to get into these big-time contracts because they do handcuff you as you move forward. That's why I really do like the Kenneth Walker contract, because it really is only a 2-year deal, and it's only worth $9.5 million per year, and that's very affordable for a running back. They gave a defensive tackle essentially a 3-year deal, but it's a 2-year deal worth $7 million a year, so that's a $14 million deal. Those were your big moves yesterday, and those are probably most likely going to be the biggest moves that you make this free agency period. They've got to get this kind of the salary cap back into whack because it got out of whack for a while, and so now they got to get it back in. That's why you saw the Jets, the Raiders, and there was another team that spent big yesterday because of that 3-year rolling cap average. They've got to get to an average of 90% of the floor this year. Otherwise, they have to disperse the difference to any player that was on the roster over the last 3 years, and they don't want to do that. So the Raiders went out and spent like fiends yesterday. The Jets went out there and spent like fiends yesterday because they had to go out there and spend. The Chiefs didn't want to go out there and spend because they couldn't really go out there and spend. They needed to kind of bring theirs back into focus, and will be beneficial for this and the lack of spending this free agency over the next couple of years when they can kind of get out in front of their skis and put some more money out there. So I thought yesterday they let a lot of money walk out the door. That whole 2022 draft class, gone. That was the best draft class they've had. They're all gone. But $214 million, you got to let them go.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fesco and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin. Bobby Witt Jr. had a moment last night, made 2 incredible plays. This one, he threw to first from his knees after diving to catch it.
Chip away with Kirk at the plate. Then he cracks one, diving stop it short by Witt across the diamond. That was impossible. Bobby Witt made it happen.
And that was not all. How about this diving catch?
The 7th pick of the draft. Another diving stop by Bobby Witt. Has he done it again? You bet he has. Bobby Witt, dazzling for USA.
That was a crowd,
The crowd
man.
loved it last night. USA wins 5-3. Did not cover that 3.5 spread.
Nope.
That I also bet on, Dusty.
We had it. We had it.
Well, I mean, it was there.
We had it.
It was there.
No, we didn't.
USA does win, though, and they will play their last game of pool play tonight against Team Italy. One word on Bobby Witt Jr.
Stage. That was the stage that Bobby Witt needed to perform on for everybody who's a casual baseball fan, who's participating in some of this stuff for the first time. That was the big-time stage where we needed Bobby Witt to perform well to get that recognition that he deserves nationally, and he lived up to it.
My one word is hard. Moving on. I know that I'm hard.
Okay, how about one word on Tarek Skubal? It is confirmed. He is out. He is now no longer pitching in the World Baseball Classic.
I think it's weak. Mommy told him. Scott Boras told him that he couldn't pitch anymore, and so he went to Scott Boras. Everybody else is doing this, man. Like, I know you're going to be an impending free agent and all this kind of stuff, but after you get caught up in the moment, to not be able to go back and not, seek this thing to the finish line, it's just weak to me. It really is. And so Mommy Boras got in the way, I guess, and said, you're not doing this.
Yeah, my one word would be emotional. He was choked up, giving the reporters his reasoning and why he was leaving. It's not my situation. I don't have a left arm that's worth $250 million. So, or whatever.
Not yet, you don't.
Yeah. Or whatever he's going to get paid. So, I mean, it was emotional. It got him kind of choked up and got him, really be like, maybe next. It's what we say in radio. Never say guarantee, I'll never.
Yeah, right.
All those words, just don't say those because you just don't know what will happen. And unfortunately, he's going to have to go and finish out spring and with his team. But hey, you know what? He's emotional about it. He gets it. See you in 4 years.
World Baseball Classic wasn't the only thing that was on last night. The Oklahoma City Thunder were in a thriller against the Denver Nuggets. They win on a buzzer beater, game-winning 3 by SGA.
How about the quote at the end of the game?
129 to 126. 35 points on 67% shooting, only 4 free throws, 15 assists, 0 turnovers for SGA. And what was the quote at the end of the game?
I have all the answers to the tests, but I got to see the question first.
One word there on SGA and the Thunder.
Superstar, right? Like that line right there.
Unreal.
I'm not an NBA fan, but I hear that and I'm like, holy cow, that was a performance last night. Yeah.
So sick.
His outfit last night too looked like he was like at a wax
Did
museum.
he wear that bear thing again?
No, it was like skin tight caramel looking suit, all the same color from neck down.
Oh god,
it was great.
He's got it all, man.
It's kind of similar to Bobby, is it not? Small market team, got to the big stage, won the title, and then this year he's just continued to put up moments. And again, the quote, I have answers to the test, but I got to see the question first. Last night, bang, dart, MVP. I mean, can we get him versus Tatum in the NBA Finals?
I want that, please. Would love it.
I know
Let's
that
make
I'm
it
on it.
happen. Let's make it happen.
The Japan and Czech teams were tied 0-0 in the 8th inning. It's now 9-0 in the 8th inning, Japan.
That's right. And Otani's not.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's right.
In one inning?
Oh yeah.
They have scored 9
Without
runs in the
Shohei.
bottom half of the 8th.
The inning's not over yet.
And yeah, that's right. The inning's not over
could
yet. There's still
literally-
11 seconds left in it.
They could literally hit one more run in, and they'd be like, "All right, game's over."
Game's
Oh,
over.
now
That is
it's
true.
over.
Yeah, that's right.
The
Yeah.
rule run, yeah. A lot happened yesterday in free agency. Travis Kelce was one of the things that officially did happen yesterday. He is brought back, 1 year, $15 million deal, $12 million guaranteed, I believe was the number. And some reports came out yesterday, James Palmer, other guys as well. The Chiefs felt like they, quote, underused him last season. One word.
On the signing or the underutilization?
Let's do the underutilization. We all knew he was coming back.
I would say false on that. I mean, they utilized him as much as they possibly could last year. I mean, he was involved almost in every single play. He was the only guy out there. So I'm not buying that they underutilized Travis Kelce last year. It seemed like he was utilized just as he's utilized every other year. And you could say probably performed better because there was nobody else to take the pressure off of Travis Kelce last year. I don't know how much more they could have used Travis Kelce last year.
Yeah, to give 2 one-word answers to both things, underutilization would be false. The signing would be finale.
Yeah.
This, I think, I say I know nothing, Jon Snow. 1 year, though.
You'd think.
They matched the studio offer of $15 million. I would assume
I
this
did think
is,
that was funny.
Yeah, that was great.
It was great.
I think this is the finale. I think this is probably it. Plus, it also should tell you that even himself probably knows that Patrick Mahomes is going to be ready by week 1.
Absolutely.
Is he coming back for $15 million if Mahomes is coming back week 5?
No.
Week 6?
No,
I don't think so. We already saw him without Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he liked that too much.
I'll play on this one and say prove, because everything that I hear on this, it feels like the Kenneth Walker deal, the reaction was, whoa, Chiefs are back. Kelce deal was the exact opposite. It's like,
Yeah.
what, Travis Kelce, why would you bring
Why
this
were
bum
people
back?
down on
This
that
guy
move
sucks.
yesterday?
This guy's washed. I've got friends telling me, why are you doing this? This is insane. Did you watch? You didn't watch him play last year. You're thinking about 2024. You're forgetting 2025 and his comeback that he had last year. I think now at this point, I said it going into this season, Travis Kelce doesn't have anything to prove. I think he does now. I think he does. I think he hears this hate and goes, what the hell?
Yeah, like
I was a top 5 tight end statistically last season.
I couldn't believe the negativity that I saw about the Travis Kelce stuff yesterday. Now, again, a lot of that was on social media. Of
course.
I didn't have anybody negatively come up to me and go, this move sucks or anything. Anybody
I
I
had some
talked
friends,
to.
yeah.
Did you really?
I've gotten a lot of not Chiefs fans friends, so I'm getting the not Chiefs perspective of why would you do that? This guy's washed, and that's what people think now.
I'm glad you have that because I don't have that.
Yeah, that's mostly what I get. I wish I had more of what you guys
We
have.
just need like an easy medium between the both of us.
I
I
would
have
love
one friend who's a Chicago Bears fan. That doesn't really matter for us.
Of course, yeah.
And then everybody else is just Chiefsed out. I mean, just doesn't matter. Like
Homer.
And the unfortunate part about that is you have the homers and then you have the doubters all the time. This game's over. They just started.
It's the first quarter. That person's the
Right.
worst. I had to actually tell somebody years ago. You can't text me anymore during these games.
Yeah, it's a bad
It's a bad thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like it's the first quarter. They went 3 and out. It happens. I mean, that's why I talk about spoiled. You know, we've been spoiled.
Yep.
Team goes 3 and out, and people lose their minds. But yeah, the Travis Kelce thing is fantastic. It's a wonderful signing. He is so important to the organization
Absolutely.
and has been so important to the organization and to the fans. And if he wants to stay around till he's 90, I don't care. Like, obviously, but I mean, that's a great move. You bring him back.
Awesome.
You've got Eric Bieniemy now back, and so Travis Kelce can help maybe deliver that message to some of the younger guys and be that guy that stands up when Bieniemy's yelling, and Travis like, yeah, we got to do what he says. Some of the other guys, younger guys, may want to roll their eyes. They're not used to it. You got that leader in there, that Travis Kelce, going, you're going to do what he says. Those guys probably going to listen to Travis Kelce. Guy's going to the Hall of Fame. He's married Taylor Swift.
816 says, so are you doing Travis Kelce Day again this year, or are you actually going to celebrate Dusty's birthday? TBD.
We'll probably do Travis Kelce
Yeah,
Day
probably.
again. Yeah.
Somebody said, this is good. You can give somebody the rest of the week off you'd like with
Okay.
this. Someone asked, did Gene Watson text Travis Etienne? Told you when they said Travis is coming back.
Watson, yes!
That's great. Oh, respect the text.
Yeah.
Love it.
Travis is back. Gene to ET. Told you.
Etienne's going, what the hell?
I just can't believe you guys didn't know that Dusty Baker was the manager at Nicaragua.
I had no idea. It makes
No
the
clue.
story even better.
It's way better.
Oh, boy. Told you.
ya.
Dude, I just got eliminated from the tournament.
That makes it even so much better that they were just eliminated and he sent the text. Told you. You think he's going to start today?
So this is interesting because this could be the game he doesn't necessarily need to play.
Yeah.
But I would think DeRosa's got some sort of a brain up at that cranium to be like,
hopefully.
he's playing against two of his best friends.
You pronounced it wrong. It's Rosa.
Oh, there you go. Hey, I just want to keep reminding you for the month of March, Heartland Men's Health has a special offer for local first responders and military families. So if you are a local first responder or military family, go to heartlandmenshealth.com for more information, more details at your consultation. It's also available at 3 locations in Overland Park, North Kansas City, and in Independence. Heartland Men's Health is honored to serve those who serve all of us. So check it out at heartlandmenshealth.com. Coming up, I'm going to tell you right now, MLB cannot miss the 2027 season. The Renaissance is real. We'll explain next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Bob Fesco
Out of anybody should talk, he should never grab a microphone.
and Dusty Likens.
His ass is foul of all foul.
Weekdays 6 to 10. Fesco and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Window World do an amazing job. And if you have kids, you have a dog, you got a family, Window World is the way to go, because what they do at Window World, they've got a lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor. And, you know, we've had to use that a couple of times with the kids, with the dog running through the screen door. Window World has always been there for us. Every window in our house is a Window World window. And not only are they the official windows of the Kansas City Chiefs, they're the official windows of the Fescoes as well. And like I said, that lifetime warranty that covers all the parts, glass breakage, and labor is so key to us. Window World uses double strength glass that gives it a strength not commonly used in replacement windows. These windows are so strong, guys. You go into the showroom and you tell them to stand on that window, and they will do that for you immediately, and they will show you how strong those windows truly are. So you want to do is set up a free home estimate today and ask about their financing specials as well, because they're offering 36 months, same as cash financing with approved credit. Give them a call today and get that appointment started. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS, or at windowskansascity.com. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. It's Window World.
Ready to watch your favorite baseball stars play in the WBC? Get in on the action with BetMGM. Sign into your BetMGM account and enjoy a WBC odds boost token to snag even more winnings on your next bet. It's easy. Just log into the BetMGM Sportsbook app, add any WBC bet to your bet slip, and activate your odds boost token. If you win your bet with your token activated, you'll score extra winnings. 3 quick steps and you could be on your way to extra winnings if your next WBC bet hits. The world's greatest ball players are about to duke it out on a global stage. Don't miss out on the fun. Add some extra excitement to this year's tournament by signing into your BetMGM account and grabbing your WBC odds boost token today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Please gamble responsibly. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
That sound? Yeah, that's not a good sign. Hey, it's Drew Brees, and when your car starts making noises like that, a big repair bill might be coming right at you. But with CarShield, you don't have to fear unexpected breakdowns. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. I spent my career making tough calls, but this one is simple.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Love college basketball? Gear up for another exciting season of college ball with a special offer from BetMGM. Sign into your BetMGM account and enjoy a college basketball odds boost token to snag even more winnings on your next bet. Just log into the BetMGM Sportsbook app, add any college basketball bet to your bet slip, and activate your odds boost token. If you win your bet with your token activated, you'll score extra winnings. It's that simple. Log in and enjoy our odds boost token to help you create another memorable season of college ball. Head for the net with BetMGM all season long. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. This promotional offer not available in D.C., Mississippi, New York, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey guys, it's Cody Tapp, and Synergen X and Low T Center have been highlighted for having the highest quality testosterone on the market. They only use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, and that means never compounded and individualized for you. So look, maybe you didn't get the New Year's resolution that you wanted, and you're trying to get back on track. All of those things are possible because over at Synergen X and Low T Center, they're extending their promos into February, which means you can book a free testosterone test at Synergen X and Low T Center with no risks, no commitments, just answers. Pick up discounted peptides and GLP-1s while you're there. These clinics have been the highest quality testosterone covered by insurance and tailored to your body, so you know that it's effective. Don't wait any longer. Don't wait longer into the year and get back to the regular you. That same workout, that same sex drive, and go to Synergen X and Low T Center. Go to synergenx.com or lowtcenter.com and book your free T-test today.
Today is Heartland Men's Health Day on 96.5 The Fan. 3 locations: Overland Park, North Kansas City, and Independence. For more information, go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
UMKC 169 highway southbound gets very heavy past 9 highway. You're crawling before the airport exit, and you continue crawling not quite to the bridge with an accident blocking a lane of traffic. East side 70 westbound heavy from Manchester Traffic Way in towards Van Brunt with construction. Kansas side 435 southbound off again on again pretty slow from K32 down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with roadwork. Alan Carr 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Well, sometimes I'm the center of attention. I thrive in those moments. I was talking to, this is from the 6-2, I was talking to my mother-in-law, or I was taking my mother-in-law to the airport this morning, and my phone started automatically playing yesterday's episode. What's the first thing she hears? Dusty's, I know that I'm hard. Paused that immediately and had a very awkward moment of silence. I know that I'm hard. Well, at least that made the airport drive What in the world are you listening to?
Hey, at least you're taking your mother-in-law to the airport. I'm
And
sure you're
good
excited.
on you.
Yeah, and you're driving away, clicking your heels, and you're doing the dude as you're driving out of KC. She's gone.
Talk to you later. Thanks for listening to us. We appreciate that. So ESPN's MLB insider Jeff Passan tweets yesterday, the baseball renaissance is real. And we've kind of been talking about that a lot, about how the renaissance has showed up. Most watched spring training since 2008 is what ESPN
I'm not
tweets
the
out.
only loser.
Yeah, no, you're not.
People are joining.
You're ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
That's good.
I know. I
right?
guess I am ahead of the. I've been watching spring training baseball for years.
Right? So obviously the number one was the USA game against the Giants. It had 677,000 views. The Yankees and Red Sox drew almost 500,000 views. The Dodgers and Reds almost drew 500,000, as well as the Braves and Tigers. 531 viewers, 4-game average in 2026. MLB spring training games, viewed wise, since they are available on MTV, are up 84%.
Wow.
So you think of like, oh, wow, 677,000 people. Okay. There used to only be like 67,000 people that would watch a spring training game. Again, the caveat of the USA team being available to watch on, that was like their ramp up game, right? But up 84% is a number that tells me no matter how you look at it, people are watching, people are engaged, and baseball cannot have a work stoppage.
Well, that's the line right there. They cannot have a work stoppage, which means they will at some point. Right? There will be that quote-unquote lockout, right? We will get that. Will there be games lost? I don't know. Depending on who you talk to, on what day of the week, and how they're feeling that day, tells you what they think the work stoppage ultimately is going to be. But, we're not just new to this. Dusty and I have been talking about this really for the last 2 years, since we started this endeavor together. Dusty, we've been talking about how baseball's on a heater right now. And I think back to, when I was a kid and baseball was the most popular sport in the world until they went on strike. And you think about all the superstars that, we grew up watching, nothing like we have today. I mean, nothing like we had today. We had fat guys smoking cigarettes playing first base like John Kruk that were all stars, right? Like that's the type of baseball, which was awesome. That
sounds pretty cool.
It was awesome because it made you feel like you could do it, right? As a kid, you would
It's almost like baseball and golf took the same page.
Yeah, kind of.
Golfers used to be like fat, lazy. That was like at least what it was.
Dumpy Waldorf was a golfer, right?
And then all of a sudden, now that you look at Ashke Patia, right? What we say he was yesterday, 6'1", 130 pounds.
Oh my God, that's like a toothpick.
But he whips that son of a gun, dude.
I mean,
and you look at like guys like Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, these guys. Rory McIlroy's a freak. He's just a specimen.
Well, it was the Tiger effect. He came in
Correct.
and started lifting weights, and then even Phil Mickelson decided to get into shape.
And then the steroid effect hit baseball, and everyone's like, well, if I'm jacked and in shape, I might have a better career. And I just can't get caught, but I want to get that contract. Either way, I'm just kind of being facetious there. But no, like baseball has changed into that it's like now an athletic sport. It's not.
We're in Kansas City, so it's a little bit different. But we haven't talked about Judge's tank. We haven't talked about plays that Bobby Witt Jr. is making at shortstop. I mean, those are the
speed from home to second.
Right, and the speed that he shows right now, like those are the things we're talking about. Most of the time we talk about Bobby Witt, it's not about his bat. It's about the defensive plays that he's making, and these guys are all over baseball. I mean, we've got the greatest player in the history of the game playing right now in our time in Shohei Ohtani. We have one of the greatest home run hitters of all time playing in our time right now in Aaron Judge. We have one of the great players playing in our time and in our town right now in Bobby Witt Jr. Baseball has captivated America right now. And they've got, again, I keep going back to it, they got Pat McAfee on board. That's a big thing for baseball. He's the leader of ESPN. He's got that network on board talking about baseball. You can't go into the offseason and miss a game, a minute of spring training or anything, because you're going to waste all of this momentum complaining about crap, quite frankly, that the average American just doesn't understand and doesn't care about. Your asses better be out there playing baseball next year.
How far ahead do you think the MLB? How far ahead is MLB ahead of the NBA right now?
I don't
Depends
know.
on what happens at the end of this season. Because if they go into a work stoppage and there's games missed, forget about it.
Like nobody's touching football.
No,
no.
And people have to stop comparing everything to the NFL too. It's apples to oranges, guys.
Yeah. It's not conducive to any productive conversation.
It really isn't. I mean,
Right.
it's like comparing a
waste of
vegan
time.
to a meat eater. It's completely opposite.
Well, it's just like if Chiefs fans are like, how many Super Bowls you have? It's like, okay, well, I can't argue.
Yeah, it's
that.
not-
like I
Right.
can't. I don't have it. But like NFL, MLB, NBA.
I wouldn't say that.
It's not as big a difference.
I would say that if it's up 84% in spring training where games don't matter, yet the NBA ratings, I'm like, where is that number? Why aren't the NBA
That's
numbers?
a fair point.
Like you're watching meaningless baseball.
You are, yeah.
You're watching a guy wear number 97, and yet we have some of the best talent in the NBA. Like you have a Hornets team that you should be following if you really like the NBA. They're fun. They're energetic. They're on this insane tear right now. You have Cooper Flagg in the NBA. You've got Jason Tatum back. You've got SGA doing all this wonderful stuff, and yet
they play defense in baseball.
And yet
Dusty.
there's a lot of people watching. Not 677,000, and it's Team USA. So I will give you that. But I mean, I don't know how what the difference in gap is from where it's at to where it's not. But I mean, right now, baseball is surging in the right direction. The NBA is going in the wrong direction.
I think a lot of that's...
Now, I think this class coming into the NBA will help that because you know what baseball's done. The young kids are starting to play, and the remembrance of those kids from where they were is still fresh in the minds. Whereas, like, if next year we see Toppin, DeBanza, Peterson, Wilson, all these guys show up in the NBA and be impactful, that's what's going to carry you.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's, though, also just like the online stuff, like, oh, NBA's not getting watched. And you look at the numbers, and this is just a quick Google, but, you know, they're up averaging games, 1.8 million viewers. It's up 16%. And the All-Star game, as we talked about, did great. It was a great All-Star weekend. I think we'll see. Let's look at the playoffs. Let's see what the NBA playoffs do. But, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, one's trending up and one's, at best, trending
Even.
Yeah.
You know, you start to look at, like, they always list whose, favorite sport is what. And the NFL, we know, is a big margin.
Of course.
Baseball is second, but it's only like 2 percentage points really ahead of the NBA. And so I think they're kind of on the same level, but I think baseball, to Dusty's point right now, has got the arrow pointing up.
Taking an uptick.
Yeah, I don't know that the NBA arrow is pointing. I think it's pointing even right now. I don't think it's pointing. These college kids going to the NBA for as long as I can remember. Oh, look at all these young kids that are going to go from college to the NBA. And then it's crickets. Nobody follows their college. College football, college basketball, pro football, and pro basketball are 4 completely different sports. They are completely different sports. And if you're a diehard Alabama football fan, you don't care where you're off. You're done. They've already given you what they need to give you. Same thing with KU. We always thought, oh, let's follow Jacques Vaughn in the NBA or Paul Pierce in the NBA. And no, it just doesn't equate the conversation. And so I think you could say that these young guys may transcend the sport, but we've had these guys. We've had LeBron transcend the sport, guys, in the last 20 years, and it still hasn't propped it up to be the second most popular sport in the United States. So I don't know that just because you have some good freshmen out there right now that are going to go to the NBA next year, I don't know how much of a carryover that has, because I've not seen that carryover ever from college basketball to the NBA, because it's a completely different ballgame, I think, anyway.
I think the NBA's got a chance to get that angle back up. Yeah. And that is with this class coming in, because it's going to be awesome.
And the young stars in general, really good young stars in the NBA right now.
The NBA draft, this coming NBA draft, is going to be awesome.
It's going to be incredible.
Because so many names are going to be recognizable that you're like still there after the lottery picks.
It'll be the best 1, 2, 3 maybe of all time. Yes.
Over 03?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Believe so.
Coming up next, we get into Bob's Bonehead Raw next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fesco and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are not here to tell you how they can help your home or anything like that. They're here to tell you how they can help your business, how they can help the community, and how they can make things easier and better for all of us. And if you're an HVAC contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions, because there's no cost to become a partner contractor with Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. And what they'll do for you is they'll help adjust the size, skills, and deployment of your workforce to maximize effectiveness during the times when you need it the most, giving you the power to bid every project that suits your business model. They'll provide you the best trained manpower specifically for the HVAC industry, along with training for your current employees. And Local 2 has spent over 137 years developing relationships right here in Kansas City. And there's no downside whatsoever. It's completely free and there's no obligation. Just straightforward information on how they can help grow your business and profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
Is your garage door too loud and whining for help? Overhead Door Company of Kansas City will make it all better. They will perform their full 26-task garage door tune-up for just $79. That's just $79 for up to 3 garage doors and openers. You need this done once a year, so why not now? And for just $79. Call Overhead Door Company of Kansas City at 816-221-0072 or schedule online at overheaddoorkc.com.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low-cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Brought to you by Kalshi. Trade on anything. Big moments are coming up. The Film Awards, March basketball, midterms, and now you can trade on what happens on Kalshi. Trade your opinion on a live market with real prices, real payouts, and no house. Download the Kalshi app. Use code FAN to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Visit AnthonyPHC.com today.
Don't wait until extreme temps hit. Anthony makes home comfort easy. Right now, buy a new AC and get a furnace free when you book at AnthonyPHCE.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
North KC, 169 highway southbound, just crawling past 9 highway. Stays that way down towards the bridge with an accident. 35 southbound, slow from Vivian to the Shoto Traffic Way with a wreck. Kansas side, 635, very heavy with an accident. A Metropolitan delays from I-70. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Burns Season Preview Show is Thursday, March 12th, starting at 6 o'clock, right here on your home for Royals Baseball. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, and Odyssey Sports Station.
We'll find out just shortly here if Gene Watson is Bob's bonehead of the week with the Georgia.
It was close.
That's the text line's easy winner in their opinion.
Yep.
Hey, look, if you're a first responder or military family, don't be a bonehead because you can go see our people over there at Heartland Men's Health. For the month of March, Heartland Men's Health has a special offer for local first responders and military families. If you are a local responder of a local first responder or a military family, go to heartlandmenshealth.com for more information, more details also at your consultation. Available all 3 locations here in the area, North Kansas City, Overland Park, and Independence. Heartland Men's Health is honored to serve those who serve all of us. So take advantage of that in the month of March for your local first responders and military families. But you basically didn't give Gene Watson the nod
No.
or Dusty Baker?
I did not. I
Okay.
could have. I was very close to giving it to Gene Watson, but we will go with somebody different.
Bob's Boneheads.
You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
So the people that are going to leave this beer in here as long as the flies are in the window?
Yeah, no, probably. Whoever left the Orange Crush in the building today. Or no, Grape Crush.
Great.
Yeah, who left the Grape Crush just on a windowsill in the building today for somebody else to pick up?
Who loves orange soda?
Who do you think it was? Was it
Kel
Cody?
loves orange soda. He drinks Diet Dr. Pepper and Coke Zero.
Okay, so it's not Cody. Is it Alex?
No, 'cause
no
he's
chance he drinks Grape Crush.
Well, and he's still drinking the teas to soothe the throat.
That's right, the throat thing.
He's the throat goat right now.
Yep. He pulled up alongside of me at the light yesterday in his Bronco with the top down. He's like, he looks at me, he goes, I need a hat.
It's not Drew because he only drinks Coke from McDonald's.
Okay.
Mac only drinks Sprite from the bottle. I
Right.
don't drink pop. You don't drink pop.
Nope.
So it's Carrington, Rob, or Logan.
Well, I would lean towards Carrington because he leaves everything everywhere, but I don't think that was him. And does Rob drink?
Nope.
No,
Always
And-
water.
And
out of
most
his
of the
little KU
FMs are
cup.
off this week, so that leaves Logan. I think it's Logan who's left the Grape Crushed out there for
Logan
somebody else to
Barrow?
pick up. Yeah, I think it's Logan.
The only thing that would give that away is yesterday he was drinking an Orange Crush.
Well, there you go. Now the evidence is there, so that's
There
a
it is.
Grape Crush.
Yep.
He's mixing and matching. That's what he's doing there. That's the old mix and match. That's the soup and sandwich combo. You know, you get one of each, so he's mixing and matching his crushes.
Great combo.
I
Grape.
do love the strawberry Fanta with like a beef on bun and fries, though. That's like a
Sounds
go-to
good.
kid. Oh,
Yeah, the strawberry Fanta's like the Big Red. You ever drink that crap?
is
Oh
that
my
the
God.
is that the cream soda?
I don't. I think it is. It's like a
No.
Texas thing, but now they
Sweetest.
have it up everywhere. Now it's called Big Red. It's like I think it is a red cream soda, but that was a big deal when I was in Texas. People would drink that like it was going out of
Unpopular
style.
opinion, I'm not a root beer and cream soda guy.
I got a root beer the
Love
other
cream
day
soda.
when we were over at Andy's. They had root beer on tap, and I'm like, I'm a sucker for that. I'll take
See,
one
yeah,
of
that
those.
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
is where I am contradicting because I love a root beer float, but it takes the bite out of it with the ice cream. So I'm
Well, it's like my
I'm
wife
annoyed,
who
I
hates
get it.
tomatoes but likes salsa.
Well, I mean, I don't really necessarily love onions, but I like pico.
Yeah, she doesn't like pico though, but she likes salsa.
We're almost putting cottage cheese over those sons of guns,
Oh,
baby.
get
Tomato
ready.
season is coming very fast, right?
All right, get the steaks ready, Bob Bonehead.
All right, my bonehead of the week goes to the New York Jets because they are an organization that franchise tags their running back, Breece Hall, right? And then
his
they,
tweet
yes,
yesterday.
yes, and so yeah, this is setting up to be a disaster of a situation.
Is
with
Aaron
the
Glenn
Jets.
making it for the whole year?
How much money do they owe him? How many more Band-Aids does Johnson & Johnson need to sell to get that buyout for Aaron Glenn? This isn't an Aaron Glenn thing, though. This is more on their general manager and their ownership for doing this. I understand why you franchise a player. You don't want to lose him to free agency and get nothing in return. It makes perfect sense. But I think also when you're looking at the opportunity to franchise this player, you better take care of your own while you're out there doling out money, because obviously they're going to try to lowball him to keep him in Florham Park forever, and he's going to want to stay there if they give him the right offer. But if they're going to lowball him, he's going to become a guy that's a pain in the ass to deal with. And his tweet yesterday was this: damn, we sure got a lot of money in Florham Park. All these contracts dudes signing. Now the Jets have to go out there and spend a lot of money because they've been under that 90% cap for the last few years. They're one of the teams out there that has to go out and spend an exorbitant amount of money to reach that 90% of the floor threshold that they are required to spend over a 3-year period. The Jets had cap space of up to $80 million or close to it. And so they have to go out there and spend. So they're spending money in free agency, but the optics are, if I'm your guy and you're going to franchise me, you better give me the money instead of paying all of these other people that we don't know that are new to the party. That's the way it always works in life, right? Ooh, I want that guy who's with another organization. We're going to pay him more than anybody that works here because we're going to go steal him from another organization. And that's exactly what's going on with Breece Hall right now. He doesn't want to be there, but now we got franchise. So if you're going to franchise me, pay me my money or trade me, which is still a possibility and still something that the Jets should consider doing, is trading Breece Hall if anybody would meet the demands for Breece Hall and his, not his contract per se, but the offer that the Jets would want in return for him. So it is, to me, a very bad situation that 6 minutes into free agency yesterday, your star franchise running back is already bitching. I don't think he's pissed. He's pissed right now, which could lead to being pissed later on, and that's the last thing you want. That guy in the locker room being a negative influence when you're trying to turn over an organization. I think the Jets made a major mistake by franchising Breece Hall.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You got to get something back for your assets. Trade Garrett Wilson, too.
Mm-hmm.
You trade those guys. You did it right with Quinnen Williams. You got to do that next with your
And
other
Sauce
stars.
Gardner.
And Sauce Gardner.
So you're saying there's a chance the Chiefs could still get Breece Hall?
I mean, that asking price is going to be ridiculous, right? Was it 2 first-rounders for a franchise guy or something like that? Isn't that what you have to give up?
No, I don't believe so, really.
I thought there was something like that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe I'll have to look it up.
They don't want like 28 and 40?
No.
Okay.
I ain't giving those.
Okay.
I ain't giving the 29 and 40. One of those better be a corner. I assume one of those
Yeah,
is
because
a
who
corner.
is playing corner for the Chiefs?
No one right now.
Okay.
Nolan Williams.
Nolan Williams.
Noel One Williams. Yeah.
Noel the One Williams.
Yes, that's it. Him and maybe Christian Fulton. But yeah, I would say that's a good spot for corner is that
Does
late
the
first.
AFC West have the worst group of wide receivers?
Let's see.
Talent-wise, Denver, you got Sutton.
Yep.
Chargers, you have Ladd, but, I mean, and then Johnson, I guess, was okay.
Yeah.
Chiefs, come on. Raiders, who's their number one receiver?
Yeah, you'd have to give up 2 first-round picks to get Breece Hall.
Wow.
This year's and
So
next
that's
year's.
the rule. I know that I'm soft.
Yeah, so here it is. The rule to sign a guy on a franchise tag is that you must send them 2 first-round picks. And so George Pickens or Breece Hall, that's what I thought. Like, if you're going to sign a franchise guy, you have to give up 2 first-round draft picks. So
That's
this
a
year
no
and
for
next
me,
year.
dog.
So that is a no. I mean, I'm not giving up number
No
9
one
this
is.
year and 32 next year for Breece Hall. Just not going to do that, right? It's especially for a running back. If it's Patrick Mahomes, somebody would do something like that, I would imagine. But yeah, 2 first-round draft picks. So this year's first-round pick and next year's
Did not know
first-round
that.
pick if you want Breece Hall. Yeah, I was like, I think that is the rule.
No, good call.
But then you start kind of doubting yourself, You're like,
Yeah,
I
my
swear
bad.
that's the rule. But so it is. So you got to give up 2 first-round draft picks in order to get Breece Hall. I don't know that anybody would do something of that nature to get Breece Hall on their team because I just don't think it's worth it, right?
Probably not.
I would love it if Caleb Downs falls to them at 9 and they get a corner at 29 or 40. And all of a sudden you've got 2 safeties, the one you signed yesterday with Downs, and you've got, 2 or 3 corners out.
That's
I
I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I do. And
Younger,
also
cheaper.
Not only at $14.3 million on the tag unless you're going to work out a new deal. So either way, it's going to be long-term money for Breece Hall. So I think he's kind of an unmovable object at this point. And so if he's going to be an unmovable object, you have got to get him signed to a contract so he is on your team and he's not in the locker room being a negative guy telling all the new guys it sucks. You can't turn over an organization if you have negative Nancy walking around infecting everybody, guys. So I just think right now the Jets are the bonehead for making that play by signing him to that franchise tag and not just letting him walk. Because, you may not have gotten something in return, but you also may be getting a malcontent out of there that could ruin your organization from within.
Got a loaded rest of the show today because coming up next, we'll get to Nate Taylor. Plus, we'll get to Josh Briscoe as well. Get you ready for the World Baseball Classic for another night of fun as it is USA versus Team Italy. It is on Fox Sports 1 tonight, and it is at 8 o'clock. So a little bit later. So you can watch the old ball game before you have your ball game yourself.
That's right.
Hello,
It's a
America.
Big Tuesday night. Hey, this month of March is big also because Heartland Men's Health has a special offer for all of our local first responders and military families. If you're a local first responder or a military family, go to heartlandmenshealth.com for more information, and more details will come at your consultation. But they're providing offers for you guys right now at Heartland Men's Health all month long for first responders and military families. If you're looking to lose weight, if you're looking to get some testosterone back into whack, if your workouts at the gym aren't working properly, whatever it is that you need from a men's health standpoint, your PSA test, which is very important to get as well, go see my friends over at Heartland Men's Health. All 3 locations are reaching out to the military and first responders this month: Overland Park, North Kansas City, and Independence. So check them out at heartlandmenshealth.com.
We'll go to break. Before we do that, I'll give this guy credit on the text line. They said from the 816, I had a dream. I was floating in an ocean of orange soda, but it was just a fantasy. Hey, Taylor here next on 96.5 Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well done.
This is Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, you look outside and that sun is starting to pop out. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Great for golf, great for tennis, great for doing outdoor activities. Not great if you got a sore elbow or a sore knee or a sore back and it's not allowing you to do all of those great outdoor activities. If you're feeling older than you should, you need to call my friends over at QC Kinetics because you can feel younger and it doesn't have to happen in an operating room. The QC Kinetics medical professionals use the latest regenerative treatments backed by real science, treatments that take the tiny, powerful healing tools inside your body, concentrate them right where you need that relief. That's how you get better. You go to see my friends over at QC Kinetics. And the sooner you start the treatment, the sooner that inflammation will ease and the sooner joint damage slows down. No one signs up for feeling older faster than they should, so find out if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. Your visit and consultation all free. Call today, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can get up to $300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days if your bet loses. Here's how it works. Very simple. Place a tournament bet using the token, and if it doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. So that's 10 chances to play all tourney long, from game props to money lines, spreads, totals, futures, and much more. You can even mix things up with the same game parlay for your shot at an even bigger payout. However you want to fill out your bracket, FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the action day after day. So visit FanDuel.com/local to sign up today. FanDuel, it's time to dance. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Must apply select token each day. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after receipt. Tokens are received in increments of 1 per day. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hola, amigos! Brad Evans here. Check out this booming voice and Pat Boyle on BetMGM tonight, covering the biggest sports stories from coast to coast, live and interactive on the free Odyssey app, discussing NFL offseason news and getting you ready for the madness in college hoops. BetMGM tonight with me, Brad Evans and Pat Boyle, live and interactive, Monday through Friday night, starting at 6 Eastern, presented by BetMGM. Always live on the free Odyssey app and watch on YouTube at BetMGM tonight.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Love college basketball? Gear up for another exciting season of college ball with a special offer from BetMGM. Sign into your BetMGM account and enjoy a college basketball odds boost token to snag even more winnings on your next bet. Just log into the BetMGM Sportsbook app, add any college basketball bet to your bet slip, and activate your odds boost token. If you win your bet with your token activated, you'll score extra winnings. It's that simple. Log in and enjoy our odds boost token to help you create another memorable season of college ball. Head for the net with BetMGM all season long. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. This promotional offer not available in D.C., Mississippi, New York, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Total.
It's Thirsty Thursday at Hy-Vee. Time to stock up the bar and fill up your tank. Earn 50 cents per gallon fuel savings on every $50 purchase of wine, beer, hard seltzer, and spirits. Mix and match all your favorite libations and get a 50-cent fuel saver with every $50 purchase. Stack up the savings and your next fill-up could be free. Don't miss Thirsty Thursday at your Kansas City, Missouri Hy-Vee. Product or promotion differs by location. Offers valid where legal, available while supplies last.
If you're like me, you're feeling the pinch of high prices right now on just about everything. And that's where my friends at Hy-Vee come in to save the day. Because they're always finding ways at Hy-Vee to save me money, like amazing fuel saver deals. Shop Hy-Vee this Saturday and Sunday and get a 30-cent per gallon fuel discount when you spend $60 on groceries. And you can stack up the savings on Hy-Vee fuel saver deals, and your next fill-up could even be free. There's nothing better than saving money, only at Hy-Vee.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Kansas side, K10 eastbound, very heavy from Canyon Creek Boulevard in towards K7 with an accident. 435 southbound off again on again, heavy from Holiday Drive down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with construction. 635 southbound accident and Metropolitan, keep things heavy back to I-70. Heading towards downtown, 169 highway southbound bogs down before the bridge. Stays heavy on the 35 to 12th Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
He's the only man in history to win a race in a hot dog costume and break national NFL news. Here's Nate Taylor from ESPN with Fesco and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
I can't talk about it enough because it's a deal just absolutely worth it. With our people over at Heartland's Health for the month of March, Heartland's Health has a special offer for local first responders and military families. If you're a local first responder or a military family, go to heartlandshealth.com for more information, more details at your consultation. Available at all three locations, Overland Park, North Kansas City, and Independence. Heartland's Health is honored to serve those who serve all of us. We were just there about a week ago, talking to all of them. The video's out on Twitter. You can see all the amazing people that do their stuff there and how just open and inviting that place is.
It's awesome, man. There's no trepidation at all. You walk in there, it's calm, it's relaxing. You don't have to feel like nervous or anything like that. It's just it's an unbelievable place. You got to check it out. If you're feeling low T, you're feeling a little tired, maybe packing on a few pounds, go see the guys over at Heartland's Health. They'll help you get back into shape, man. They'll help you out.
Yeah. We've been there. We got checked out. 38, 48.
Yeah.
So if you think like, why do I need to go? Well, these guys that talk every day, they're not ashamed to go.
Right,
so,
exactly.
I mean, feel free to walk in there and you never know what you might find out.
Maybe you feel better about your life. You're like, I should have done this sooner. So get on in there and check out everything at Heartland Men's Health. You will be very glad that you did. Real quick, I wanted to mention something.
Can't do it.
Kevin Harlan's dad passed away, Bob Harlan, over the weekend or last week, and he was very instrumental in building the Green Bay Packers to the franchise that they are. He was the president of the Packers for many, many years, and Kevin is one of the greatest human beings on earth. I'll say this to the day I die. I actually had a conversation with one of my mentors yesterday about Kevin Harlan and how wonderful he was to me when I first started in this business as a snot-nosed kid in Seguin, Texas, covering the San Antonio Spurs, and there's Kevin Harlan calling a game, and I went up to him, and I went to KU, and he sat me down, and it's been great ever since, and that's 25, almost 30 years ago now. And so I had the opportunity to work with Kevin for a couple of years as well, and you're not going to find a better human being than Kevin Harlan. And so I just wanted to give condolences to his dad. But what I think is kind of cool about this is he was such a big member of the Packers family, obviously. They're hosting next Monday in the atrium at Lambeau Field I guess you could kind of say a celebration of his life, and anybody who wants can go pay their respects, and Kevin will be there and his whole family will be there to pay respects for a man who basically built that Packer franchise. And it shows you the impact that the Harlan family has had on the NFL and how significant a family they are. But I just can't say enough about what a great human being Kevin Harlan is. A great broadcaster, probably the best ever, but my God, just a better human being. And I always say that because he's just fantastic. So condolences to his family for the passing of Bob Harlan, a great man in the NFL and somebody that I believe a lot of human beings absolutely loved up there in Green Bay.
There's a lot of people that aren't loved after day one of free agency. Our guy, Ari Meroff, was out last night late giving you an updated version of Top Men. Men's wieners. Available left in free agency. The number one name on the list is Trey Hendrickson. He's going to a major team, you'd think, right?
I think Dallas. I thought I read or saw something today that Dallas is getting closer to potentially getting Trey Hendrickson signed to a contract. And so that seems like where it's going to end up, right? I mean, nobody else is really in the mix right now.
And
yeah,
then,
I'm glad we aren't in the mix. I'm good on that.
31-year-old edge rusher for a year, you wouldn't take him?
Yeah, who just had an off season. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he have an off season because he played for the Bengals? It was like, screw this.
He played for the Bengals the year before.
I know, but it wasn't the same. You remember seeing him at the Super Bowl. He was not a fan of that organization, right? We didn't think he'd be back there. And then he went back. Like, I always wonder how that personal side affects athletes. Like, they get drug along through this free agency process or the franchise process. The team doesn't make that long-term offer to you. You still want to play longer. You only got this 1-year safety net. I wonder how that does impact the way that a guy plays. Because we know contract years affect guys. So maybe a non-contract year affects the guys where he's just bitter and couldn't get over it. And that's for Breece Hall. It's best for both parties to just move on. You don't want a bitterman on your team.
So we asked the question, like, who's playing cornerback and are the Chiefs done? We don't know anything. We figured that out. We're all Jon Snow, right? And Brett Veach is egret. You know nothing, Mac Morey. You know nothing, Dusty Likens.
It's true.
Tariq Woolen. Does that name move for you?
Absolutely.
26-year-old defensive back from
Absolutely.
Seattle on that Super Bowl defense.
Yep.
You got Kenneth Walker. Maybe you got some juice there. You need somebody. Now, they normally don't go get free agent corners. Normally draft develop, that's kind of been the recipe that we're like, hey, we're cool with that.
They let two go, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, more in the past have gone. Snead and all those guys as well. But, like, maybe if we don't know anything, then it would tell us that maybe they will go sign a free agent cornerback this year because McDuffie, obviously, he's gone, and Watson, they're in L.A. Because after that, it's Nashawn Wright is the other name on Ari's list of top free agents available in that position. Other names of interest to me, at least, are David Njoku, Leo Chenal, and Rashad White. I would love if this team brought the local kid, Rashad White.
That'd be awesome.
Here to be the third down back with Kenneth Walker. Then that move does it. And maybe I'm prisoner of the moment that it's one running back and it's maybe expensive in my opinion, or it's not the movement that I thought that it gave everybody else. Because I'm not satisfied yet with the backfield because I want one more. Now we know that Allgeier's in Arizona, so that's gone. We know Etienne, he's gone. Kenneth Walker, he's in Kansas City. So the big guys of the running back position. But now you still want either that draft pick in the 5th to take a running back, or maybe there is the story that is Rashad White, who could come and be a very good piece in this offense.
That's a piece to the offense that I would like to have here in Kansas City as well. He kind of fits that mold of what you're trying to accomplish, to have two kind of running backs and maybe Kareem Hunt, your 3rd and 1 type of guy still, where you can, keep those two guys out of the game.
D-lineman you got might
maybe
be
that D-lineman. Very
dude.
good point. No, that's true. I hate that. Like, maybe that's your tush-push guy. Maybe Andy was thinking we could sign this guy from New England, Seattle, wherever he played, and then bring him in here, and he can kind of be a 2-for-1 type of guy, if you will, where we can maybe utilize him a little bit, in that fullback role on the offensive side. Wouldn't that be a nice big surprise for the NFL if all of a sudden it's 3rd and 1 and that guy comes out and gets under center and you do the tush push with a 350-pound defensive lineman? Like, why not try that? And that's probably been bounced around in Andy's mind before. I'm not telling him something that probably he hasn't thought about. But if you want to get the tush push back in because they're not eliminating it, put a 350-pound guy under center and let's go. I mean, what's wrong with doing something like that and thinking differently? And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be serious. Like, that's a big part of the NFL game right now, is being able to get that easy yard. The Chiefs haven't been able to get an easy yard in a decade. Put the guy back there by his defensive line and say, go, do your thing, and tush push with that guy going forward. So I think right now the free agent list from defensive backs doesn't do anything for me. I'd rather have them go through the draft. That's where they've been successful, really successful in the draft, is going out and getting defensive backs and getting cornerbacks. Maybe from a depth standpoint, you get a guy next week or something of that nature in free agency. But I just don't think, like, right now you're going to see a massive contract doled out. They really didn't dole out a massive contract to anybody. I think the Chiefs did a really good job. I don't want to use the term on the cheap, but I think they did a really good job of maximizing their dollars and getting into very affordable, easy out contracts with the two big free agents that they signed yesterday. I thought they did a nice job yesterday.
Yeah, I thought so too. Finding diamonds in the rough that are undervalued, right, but they're going to overperform their contracts. Alohi Gilman is one of those guys at safety who I think might be as good, at least maybe better than Brian Cook. He was $15 million cheaper. And then Kairos Tonga is just going to be a good depth piece. And also, I think Binkley texted me this morning. It's a great point, and he'll talk about it tomorrow. But it's a really, truthfully, a good point. They had Omar Norman Lott gain around 20 pounds to become a nose tackle. He's a 3-tech. He's a pass rusher. He's quick. He's athletic. He'll be able to be that now because we have Tonga. Tonga can be that big hole filler, run stopper, and Omar Norman Lott can be who he is. Now, to your point with the corners, they have to sign somebody. They don't have bodies. They don't have guys. They don't have anybody playing. So they have to sign somebody. I would love Tariq Woolen, who I don't think would be a massive contract. But yeah, you've got to at least sign somebody.
Do you think this Tonga will be better than our old Tonga, Ali?
No.
No, I don't think so either.
No, nothing's better than the original.
No, this guy's like a journeyman.
Yeah, exactly.
He hasn't found a home yet.
Yeah, you just want this guy to go out there and
it's his third team, I think, right? Only
fourth.
Is it his fourth?
Is it? I know it's Seattle and New England, obviously, and now Kansas City, so that makes his third. But I test the guy's making $7 million a year. No harm, no foul. It's not a lot of money at all to pay a guy in there to kind of stuff the run. And if that's ultimately what he does, he becomes a run stuffer, or all of a sudden Chris Jones's production goes up. Then we got every dollar we possibly could have out of him. And so you sign him to a 3-year deal. You're only on the hook for 2. Same thing with Kenneth Walker. You sign him to a 3-year deal, but the guaranteed money is all that matters, and it's only $28.7 million, which is about $9.5 million a year over 3 years. And you can bounce after 2 years if you don't like. I think Brett Veach did a really good job yesterday moving and maneuvering, because you look at what ETN got, 4 for 52. I still haven't seen the guaranteed dollars in that, but the 4, we're in a 2-year deal with a running back. That's palatable.
And you got to think he's legitimately 2 years older than Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker won't turn 26 till late middle of the season. ETN's going to turn 28 here pretty soon. He's 2 years older than Kenneth Walker. So you're right. It's a good deal.
It's a really good deal. It's a sharp deal. It's a smart deal. It's a prudent deal. It's not a break-a-bank deal. It's not going to make you go poor deal. And it's not going to be something that you can't get out of. Let's say they didn't sign this guy yesterday, right? They didn't sign Kenneth Walker and give him the $28.7 million, okay? That's the guaranteed money. If they would have drafted Jeremiah Love, the guaranteed money for the number 9 pick is a 4-year deal worth $24.7 million. So essentially they paid a little bit more to get a veteran guy that they can get out of after 2 years, and no harm, no foul after that. So I think it's a great move for the Chiefs. With the way that contract was structured, to get out after 2 years of a running back, that's brilliant, man. I think Brett Veach did a hell of a job there. That's a hell of a contract for him when you start to look at what everybody else is getting around the league, and Breece Hall ain't settling for that.
Yeah, Kairos Tonga, the Chiefs will be his 5th team.
Yeah.
He was drafted in the 7th round in the 2021 draft by the Bears.
Out of
Louisville?
No.
Kansas.
BYU.
BYU boy. There we go, right?
There
it's
we
making
go.
sense.
Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, he came in the league in 21, played for Chicago, then played 2 years in Minnesota, then played a year in Arizona, then played last year with New England. He's 30 years old, and he'll play with the Kansas City Chiefs for his 5th team. So, again, if he's a fullback, he's 6'2", 335 pounds.
Stick him back there. Let's go and get that thing done. So,
Let him do his thing.
Yeah, they did some good stuff yesterday. And, you start to look around the league and what some of these teams are spending because they have to spend. The Raiders, don't get jealous of the Raiders. They haven't spent for 2 years. They need to get to 90% of the cap floor this year. So they got a lot of dough to spend. The Jets have about $80 million they need to spend on contracts. Even the Rams have some money that they need to go out there and spend to reach that 90% threshold. And so you don't covet thy neighbor's wife or their draft picks or their free agency. If you're jealous of the Raiders for spending yesterday, just look at the results over the last 30 years. They don't do anything ever. And so by spending this money, I'm not too worried about that. They had to go out there and spend that money.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I agree. I think they put themselves in a situation to let the rest of the free agency kind of come to them. There's only really 2 needs they need now before they go to the draft, and they can address those. It's a get in a corner and getting an edge rusher, and it doesn't have to be these, like Bob's saying, it doesn't break the bank guys, depth pieces, Jags, but they have to bring those in. But other than that, they did what they needed.
Yeah, the Drive had Mike Renner on yesterday, and he said this is where the Chiefs should go with 9.
With that pick 9, the position I keep going back to is offensive tackle, because ideally, and basically historically, if you have Patrick Mahomes, you're not drafting top 10. You're not getting those premium picks. And there's certain positions that you really are going to struggle to find outside of the top 10, outside of the top 15. They obviously hit on one in Josh Simmons last year, but tackle, historically, you usually need to draft one high to get a real all-pro type of player. So that's where my eyes go. I think someone like Francis Maui Noah at right tackle. The Miami tackle would be an ideal fit. I mean, him and Trey Smith on the same side would be a crazy powerful duo, and just that would solidify basically a 5 in front of Mahomes probably for the rest of his career at this point, given the ages of those guys. So that's where I keep going to pick 9.
So now let's go to our guy,
Who's
Nate
that?
Taylor. That is Mike Renner.
Who's he?
He was on the drive, I believe, yesterday.
But who is he? I'm asking. I don't know who that is.
I'd have to look it up. He was just on. He was one of their guests last week, talking about that line sort of talk that we'll get to Nate Taylor with here in just a second.
He's the only man in history to win a race in a hot dog costume and break national NFL news.
It's baby loud.
Here's Nate Taylor from ESPN with Fesco and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Mike Renner works for CBS, so he is a NFL insider for CBS. Big draft guy when it comes to NFL coverage on CBS. We go to our guy of ESPN, Nate Taylor, Chiefs beat writer there at ESPN. Nate, I'm kind of interested to know, because obviously we'll get into yesterday, which is, busy day for you as well as all of the people in Kansas City that cover sports. Can you give me any insight on why La Canfora is rumoring Trent Williams to the Kansas City Chiefs?
I was thinking about that yesterday, and thanks for having me on, fellas. I don't know why. And again, I know Jason La Canfora. I respect him a ton, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, let me think about this basically out loud. So the Chiefs, as we all know, tried to sign Trent Williams several years ago when he was a true legitimate free agency coming from Washington. And it was between the Chiefs and the 49ers. Now, the 49ers outbid the Chiefs, which is basically what you have to do in free agency. And I just want to remind people, you're always overspending what you normally would, because obviously there might be 2 or 3 teams interested. So I know that they've always appreciated Trent Williams. I know that Patrick Mahomes was a big, carrot for Trent Williams to maybe come to Kansas City, obviously playing under Andy Reid. I want to remind people that, despite what happened in the middle of the season last year, Josh Simmons had about as good of a rookie season as you could ask for someone coming off a significant knee injury that ended his college career. But at the same time, Trent Williams is not a spring chicken anymore, guys. He's in his 30s, and, he's still a very good, productive player, but he had injuries last year, too, to his hamstring. So, look, I understand why the Chiefs may still be interested. Again, with the Chiefs not having 10 draft picks, with the new compensatory formula now being revealed, you do have some wiggle room to play with if you do want to be a part of that. But I just don't really necessarily see Kyle Shanahan just allowing Trent Williams to just, go, to another team when Trent Williams is really the backbone of that Shanahan offense, and obviously providing a lot of stability for Brock Purdy. So I know the Chiefs would still, as Brett usually likes to say, we always want to upgrade if we have the possibility to do that. But again, similar to what Mike Rimmer is saying, I understand why you might want to go through the draft, considering that is, a controlled cost, a player on a rookie wage scale contract. That, I think, is a more likely option than Trent Williams right now. But I understand that, the Chiefs have been, sort of coveting, or at least, been very impressed with Trent Williams over the last decade or so.
Yeah, they have been, but now I don't think they have the money, is from what I've been told, because I saw that come across yesterday, Nate. I'm like, Trent Williams, no money. So I just don't think that's an option. They're set on Jalen Moore at right tackle. We can have these conversations, and we may not like it, or you may not like it, or he may not like it, but the Chiefs like it, and that's the guy that they're going to go with at that right tackle position. Right, I think the offensive line is as set in stone as maybe anything on this roster right now.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. And again, that's why you signed Jalen Moore to a 2-year contract this time last year, was to give you a little bit of relief if you didn't find a solution in the draft at left tackle. And of course, with Jawan Taylor's contract, we all understood it in the moment. Hey, he was going to be a cap casualty regardless of really how well he played this past season. So yes, they are. If they had to play a game tomorrow or today, they could really have a very good top line. Offensive line, obviously Patrick Mahomes is still recovering from his own surgeries. But look, I don't know, how the Chiefs necessarily feel about maybe depth, because again, Wanya Morris had a significant knee injury last year. S.A. Pole was undrafted, but he had, some very bright moments late in the season. But again, he's largely, a development player. We'd like to see how it goes for him in year 2. Maybe you don't have the depth at tackle that you would normally like you had a year ago with Jalen Moore kind of being your 6th guy coming off the bench. So again, I understand that it's a small sort of need, but I don't think it's one that's glaring compared to some of the other spots on the roster right now.
One of those needs, as we talked to Nate Taylor of ESPN here on 96.5 The Fan, was a running back, and they did that with Kenneth Walker yesterday. I look at this as kind of like the Alex Smith deal, Nate. He's not the future answer, but he's the right now answer until you have that future answer. Do you see similarities in that? Because 2-3 years here with Kenneth Walker, and then you get your guy in the draft maybe this year or next. He develops, and then he's your superstar running back, and Kenneth Walker then gets the bag in 2 or 3 years somewhere else.
Yeah, there's definitely a possibility for that, and I haven't necessarily put it in the Alex Smith comparison in my own mind, but it makes a lot of sense because they really have no other options, and so they had to get top of the market. Again, it is a bit of an overpay, but look, they were enamored with what Kenneth Walker did in the offseason, and there's 2 factors, in the postseason, but there's 2 factors as to why this makes a lot of sense for the Chiefs and for Kenneth Walker. I want everybody to understand that, Eric Bieniemy matters when it comes to this kind of decision because Kenneth Walker understands how good of a coach Eric Bieniemy is and what he just did last year in Chicago with DeAndre Swift having his best year of his career and Kyle Monunga as a 7th-round draft pick being a very complementary piece to the Bears' offense. The second part is we all saw the screen game kind of get deteriorated over the last 2 years, and some of that is because of the injuries to Isaiah Pacheco. They didn't have a similar player like Jerick McKinnon, who was excellent in the screen game. And if you go, and I would just recommend everybody, if you want to know what Kenneth Walker is as a receiving option, he's not great in terms of running routes or beating linebackers down the field. But man, when you set up the screen for him, and again with Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, Kingsley Suamataia, obviously, ascending himself, now you got real possibilities, and hopefully with Josh Simmons being as athletic as he was a year ago, man, now the screen game becomes a real option because I think Kenneth Walker understands I can still get better at this. And one way of doing that is having, Eric Bieniemy, as the offensive coordinator who's really going to take a lot of time with me to update me on the scheme and the system. And then I have the creativity from Andy Reid and Andy Heck in terms of how I want to be utilized in the screen game to be a legitimate receiving option for Patrick Mahomes. So there's a chance. And I know some people are like, well, how good is Kenneth Walker? Honestly, guys, he's a top 10 running back. That's just a fact considering where he is in terms of his age and the fact that we don't know what's going to happen with Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley as they tend to get older. So with Kenneth Walker, it makes a lot of sense for the Chiefs to just get some more explosion, to get some more experience, and for a chance for him to actually get better than even what we saw last year in Seattle, which was very impressive.
Well, and also, too, it's only really a 2-year deal. And so if you don't like what you see after 2 years, you can bounce on him as well and get out of that. So that's I thought, a really good contract by Brett Veach to get it done the way that they got that thing done, because I think there's a lot of outs. It's a lot of flexibility for the team, and it's under $10 million a year in guaranteed money. I don't find that to be a lot at all, Nate.
Right, and again, that is a significant, investment considering what they were doing last year, which was, signing, Mitchell off the scrap heap in essence. Obviously, you had a 7th-round draft pick who was making, who was finishing out his rookie contract, and Kareem Hunt on a 1-year deal. Now, I would tend to think, and I know some people have asked me, hey, Nate, will they re-sign, Kareem Hunt because he's obviously a good 3rd down back, short yardage? Definitely a possibility. You may also try to get a running back in the 3rd and 4th round as well to see if you can pair that person up with Brashard Smith, who, was a developmental player last year, but again, gives you a little bit more receiving options as well out of the backfield, and potentially you can maybe develop him as a 3rd down running back. So there are a couple options, but yeah, it just makes a lot of sense for Kenneth Walker to want to stay on a contending championship caliber team, and for the Chiefs to say, hey man, we can give you a lot of touches because we're going to definitely need you to take some of the burden off of Mahomes early in the season and when the games really matter in November and December and January.
Nate, was your oldest last night in shock and awe watching Bobby Witt Jr. do it on a world stage? I know he's a big baseball guy. Yeah,
he really is. I hadn't shown him the highlights yet, and so I need to do that when I pick him up from school later today. But no, he's already asking me about spring training. I mean, it's hilarious. He's like, "Is everybody there?" And I'm like, "Actually, no, not everybody's there. There's this other thing called the World Baseball Classic, and you should really get into it. So one of the fun things last night was having him watch, all these conference tournaments, on the mid-tier level and being like, yeah, whoever wins this game, you're going to see them in about, a week and a half in the big tournament game. So he enjoys it as well. He's also asking me, he was listening when I picked him up yesterday in the car, and he was like, "We got Kenneth Walker," and I'm like, "Yeah, but the Chiefs signed Kenneth Walker." So I'm definitely raising a young sports fan.
You're doing your
in the
job.
best way possible. Yeah,
that's your
exactly.
job. Way to go,
Yeah.
Dad.
Thanks. Yeah. So no, he's doing great, and he's asking me about what who's gonna be leadoff, Dad, and on the Royals lineup, and I'm like, I don't know, kiddo, but we'll find out. It'll be exciting in April.
No doubt about it, Nate. We love having you on, man. Keep it up. It's gonna be another busy day for you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man, I got to get a lot of coffee in because boy, it was a long day yesterday, but that was a good day for the Chiefs. I agree, Bob. I heard you a little bit earlier, dropping off the kids and the baby, and it's just like, yeah, like in terms of like not overextending the contracts, because I want to remind people just real briefly, hey, they could have signed a couple edge rushers yesterday, but then the money just kept getting higher and higher and higher, and that's part of free agency. So they didn't overextend themselves yesterday,
right?
And so that's still smart business, while also trying to, build up the roster.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not going to overextend themselves and get into some of these contracts like the Tennessee Titans did yesterday. But they have to spend. I mean, they just paid $78 million for Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah, that was a choice, Bob.
I know, a choice they had to spend. Otherwise, they were going to get taxed or whatever they were going to do if they didn't meet that 90% threshold on the floor. But my God,
get to the floor, yep.
$78 million for Wan'Dale Robinson, ladies and gentlemen.
Heard of him? Yeah, exactly. Hilarious.
All right, Nate. Take care. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, see you, fellas.
You bet. That's Nate Taylor there of ESPN. All things Chiefs.
They spent $270 million on free agents yesterday, the Titans did. Again, they had to do that spend to get up to that level that they needed to be. But a 4-year, $78 million for Wan'Dale Robinson, $38 million guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs guaranteed $28 million to a guy that we know is a pretty good player. Wan'Dale Robinson was a mess for the Giants. Like,
he was good.
$70 million?
He had a good year for the Giants. He ended up being Jackson Dart's only target, and actually, one of two. We'll get back into the World Baseball Classic on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fesco and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I will tell you one thing everybody likes to do is brag to their friends all the time. Hey, I got this, I got that. Well, one thing that we love bragging about is our windows from Window World, because they are flat out phenomenal. Every window in our house is a Window World window. And I tell people all the time, they may be the official window of the Kansas City Chiefs, but they're also the official window of the Fesco house. They're ranked number 1 in windows sold in the country by Qualified Remodeler magazine. And in just 20 years in business, they've improved the look and thermal efficiency of over 80,000 customers in the state of Missouri and Kansas. I mean, it has been an unbelievable transformation with Window World for everybody around town. Everybody's using Window World because they're the best. They're durable, and they offer a lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor. And having kids and dogs, I know what that's all about. I've replaced my screen door a couple of times because the dogs run through it. Window World just comes out and gets it done. They have 36 months financing, same as cash right now, with approved credit. So call them and get the process started. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS, or at windowskansascity.com. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. It's Window World.
Looking for the best deal on TRT? Don't pay hundreds of dollars out of pocket or settle for a one-size-fits-all dose from your doctor just because they take your insurance. At Synergen X and Low T Center, you get powerful TRT dose for your body and covered by your insurance. Synergen X and Low T Center work with most insurance plans and customize each TRT for maximum effectiveness and safety. And this February, we're offering free testosterone tests and discounted peptides and GLP-1s to make getting your life back as easy as possible. Don't miss this opportunity. Go to SynergenX or LowTCenter.com and book today.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can get up to $300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days if your bet loses. So here's how it works. You place a tournament bet. using the token. And if it doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. That's 10 chances to play all tourney long, from game props and money lines to spreads, totals, futures, and more. You can even mix things up with a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to fill out your bracket, FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the action day after day. So visit FanDuel.com/local to sign up today. FanDuel, it's time to dance. FanDuel Sportsbook's the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Must apply select token each day. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. Tokens are received in increments of 1 per day. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come see us in store. Shane Company engagement rings are crafted with care from our hands to yours. Because a friend wants your ring to be nothing short of perfect. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and from changing seasons to unpredictable road conditions, having solid auto insurance gives you real peace of mind. With AAA, switching today means you could save up to 21% on your auto insurance. AAA offers dependable protection, personalized coverage options, and customer service that's always there for you. And when you bundle policies or insure multiple vehicles, you can save even more. Visit AAA.com. That's AAA.com.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Null or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Traffic for DM Entry Law heading towards downtown, 169 highway southbound. Heavy before the bridge, but you get onto 35 and it bogs down. It just crawls all the way down to Penway with 2 separate accidents affecting other freeways. 70 westbound into downtown, heavy from around Woodland. 71 northbound, heavy into downtown from 18th Street. Then 670 westbound stays very slow from 71 to 35. Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law. How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results. Mike's got this. 816-888-7500. Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
I think for Halloween this year, we should all do like a costume of another sports meet. Like you should come in as Field Yates. Bob could come in as Skip Bayless. And I'll come in as Dan Katz, a.k.a. Big Cat.
I thought you were going to say Dusty Baker.
That'd be funny.
You should be Dusty
Have you
Baker.
heard from Gene today?
I have not heard from Gene
Dang
yet
it.
this morning. Yeah, I'm getting a little worried.
Dusty Baker.
Call him on the phone right now and see if he wants to talk World Baseball Classic.
Told you.
Now I am a little worried. Yeah.
I do want to talk a little bit.
I haven't heard from Jerry in a day either, and I was on 3
He's
different
got that box, dude. He doesn't care about anything right now.
Yes, he's got the box, but I mean, I was on 3 different text threads with him yesterday about different things, and he didn't respond to any of them. Even to Jasper yesterday. We're looking for a lost old man. Are you out there? So if anybody has seen Jerry and Selmo, please notify us. He may be wandering South Kansas City somewhere. I don't know.
Or hopefully he's going to see our friends over at Heartland Men's Health.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because for the month of March, Heartland Men's Health has a special offer for local first responders and military families. If you are a local first responder or military family, go to heartlandmenshealth.com for more information, more details at your consultation as well. So low T, lose a little weight, you want to feel better about yourself. Maybe you haven't really checked yourself out yet and want to get some answers. They've got them for you because they're available at all 3 locations: Overland Park, North Kansas City, and Independence. Heartland Men's Health is honored to serve those who serve all of us. So no judgment-free zone there when you go in there, and some of the nicest people you'll talk to about some of the biggest decisions you might make in your life. So check out Heartland Men's Health in the month of March if you are a local first responder or military families as well. But the World Baseball Classic last night delivered, at least for us.
Huge,
right?
yeah. I thought it was great.
I thought it was great when people said, wow, I didn't know Bobby Witt Jr. was that fast. I didn't know Bobby Witt Jr. had a hose out there at shortstop.
The 7th pick of the draft. Another diving stop by Bobby Witt. Has he done it again? You bet he has. Bobby Witt, dazzling for USA.
So that was his second one. Almost had a Parker last night, too, for a home run. First to second was on display with the speed, the arm strength, the range at shortstop. Like, you know how they said when Kane was in center field that 70% of the earth is covered by water, the other is covered by Lorenzo Kane, or whatever it may have been. Shortstop from the bag at second to the bag at third is Bobby Witt Jr.'s range, it seems. And it was so nice for me to be able to sit back and watch that and then kind of watch the social media react. Guys like Pat McAfee, who are football hardos, right? But
I think he's one of the most important voices in sports right now, guys.
And he's also, big America guy, always going to get wrapped in the flag. So put that with Bobby Witt Jr. You see all these other people react, like Barstool's out there, and, they're Boston East Coast bias, and they don't want to hear about Bobby Witt Jr. But at this point, it's like, this is what we were talking about. These are the moments that will put Bobby Witt Jr. over the top. We saw a little bit of it when he was younger in the home run derby and put on the show against the guy from L.A. I'm forgetting his name, the outfielder, Teoscar Hernandez, and loses in the final, and then the last hit he hits, it's just short. Gets to the ALDS against the Yankees, but doesn't really show up in that series. So it's kind of like, all right, well, this is only his first, whatever, but had a couple of key hits in the Baltimore series.
Yeah.
Then you've seen his name floating around in the MVP world, but it's always been Aaron Judge, Cal Raleigh. And last night, now it's like, is Bobby Witt Jr. must-watch TV? Well, he won't because he doesn't play for the East or West Coast, so ESPN won't put him on their primetime games. We've had Carl Ravitch on before to tell us, hey, look, I know that Paul Skeens is pitching for Pittsburgh. He might be facing Bobby Witt Jr., who plays for the Royals, but they're going to put Boston and the Yankees on because that's what they do.
The numbers are extremely huge.
Right. So, but I thought what was even better is hearing the captain of the baseball team for Team USA and Aaron Judge.
The best players in the game, if not the best player in the game. It's just consistently day in and day out. He does it on both sides of the ball, and he makes plays like that win you a ball game. There's only maybe 1 or 2 individuals in the game that can do that, and he's one of them.
It's crazy. I mean, there's not many people that can make those plays that he made yesterday at shortstop. And I thought yesterday was one of the more significant moments in Bobby Witt's entire career so far because he did that on the national stage. He didn't do that playing on a Tuesday night in May that, 500 people are watching. He did that last night where millions, I think, until we see the TV number, I would hope there's a couple million people that watched the World Baseball Classic last night. It was important for Bobby Witt Jr. to go out there and dominate the way that he did because now he's on top of mind. Pat McAfee will be talking about Bobby Witt probably all day today, which is a great thing. Like I said, I think he's the most important sports voice that we have right now. I think he's the biggest sports voice we have right now, and it's the one that I think a lot of people listen to in the sports world. And so he'll probably have Bobby Witt on the show. I mean, that's the level of excitement that McAfee's going to have with this and buy into this. And that's great because this is how Bobby Witt Jr. now gets the MVP consideration. It's not what he does in the regular season. It's how do you perform on that national stage? And he had the opportunity to have that national stage performance before the season started when everybody is paying attention because it was the only game in town. So I think what Bobby Witt did last night, he officially laid the groundwork for winning the MVP award based on those 2 huge plays that he had. Oh, and by the way, he had 2 doubles as well.
Tip away with Kirk at the plate. Then he cracks one, diving stop it short by Witt across the diamond. Wow. That was impossible. Bobby Witt made it happen.
There you go. Coming up next, we'll get to Start Bench Cut, brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow. Get the know at Jay's Southland Tow when it comes to Start Bench Cut here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fesco and Dusty.
Every Hardee's is closed.
Well, that dog.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Summertime is rapidly approaching, but springtime is here, and that means you're doing all of those spring projects around your house. Whether you're cleaning up the outside, cleaning up the inside, we all want our house to look the best that it possibly can. It's our biggest investment, and this is the time of the year where we start to clean things up. And that means it's time to call CertaPro, because I know the outside of your house probably took a beating over the last couple of years, right? You got that paint that's flaking off. It just doesn't look right. It needs to pop. CertaPro painters can handle that. Or maybe it's the inside of your house. You've been sitting in there all winter. You're tired of those walls. Get a new color. Get a fresh pop of color from my friends over at CertaPro. And when you work with CertaPro, you're working with somebody right here in Kansas City. The CertaPro painters are all local. They give free estimates, and they're detailed and easy to understand, so you get a quote right away from professionals dedicated to quality craftsmanship. Right now, they're giving you 10% off qualifying projects through May 15th in their spring sales event. They want your house to look good as well. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here in Kansas City. So schedule your free estimate today at CertaPro.com. That's CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Fellas, you know what time of the year it is. It's the season of love. Sex, intimacy, and love are essential to fulfilling relationships. Erectile dysfunction, though, can take a serious toll on all of that, stealing enjoyment, weakening intimacy, and placing stress on partners that can feel overwhelming. But ED doesn't have to continue impacting your relationship. Remember, men, it's not just about you. We all understand how important sex is in a relationship for you and for your partner. Erectile dysfunction can take that away, often creating serious strain on the relationship as well. That's why you should go see my people over at Heartland Men's Health. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to the sex, intimacy, and love and bring you closer together. Heartland Men's Health has 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and North Kansas City. Call them today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
It's almost tournament time, and this March, Fanatic Sportsbook has 10 times the rewards. Starting round 1, we're giving you 10 profit boosts every single tournament game day. That means first round, second round, round of 16, all the way to the last 4 and the national championship. 10 chances every game day to level up your winnings. But that's not all. Your bet earns you up to 10% fan cash back, which you can use on anything in the Fanatics universe. We're talking team gear, tickets, collectibles, and a whole lot more. Plus, if you're new to Fanatic Sportsbook, you can get up to $1,000 bet matched in fan cash for your first 10 days. It's time to shoot your shot. The tournament hits different with Fanatic Sportsbook.
Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
As the seasons change, it's time to prep your HVAC system with a $49 seasonal tune-up from Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter. A tune-up can help save money on your energy bill and help prevent expensive breakdowns. As your local home service experts, everything we do is backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 5-star reviews adds up to dependable service from neighbors you trust. Visit callhamilton.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Brought to you by Kalshi. Trade on anything. Big moments are coming up. The Film Awards, March basketball, midterms, and now you can trade on what happens on Kalshi. Trade your opinion on a live market with real prices, real payouts, and no house. Download the Kalshi app. Use code FAN to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Today is Heartland Men's Health Day on 96.5 The Fan. 3 locations: Overland Park, North Kansas City, and Independence. For more information, go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
35 southbound past downtown with an accident at Penway. Heavy all through downtown. 70 westbound affected from before Prospect. 71 northbound heavy from 18th. 70 across the north side heavy from Oak Street out to the state line. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
The Drive's Papa Shot Tournament is Wednesday, March 18th at Draftcade starting at 6:30. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey Sports Station.
Back at it here on 96.5 The Fan as we get into Start, Bench, Cut, brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow. Feel free to brick yours in there as well. Start, Bench, Cut.
A couple of news and notes from the NFL. The Packers are getting rid of Nate Hobbs, a defensive back. They signed him to a 4-year contract last year, and they cut him already. Only playing 11 games. Yeah, it's Calvin's father. Yeah. So I don't know what you guys think about that from a defensive back standpoint. It's a name I'm sure some people recognize, but you signed a 4-year deal and then got cut immediately after that and only played 11 games. That's a big red flag to me on that one. The Giants are signing cornerback Greg Newsome to a 1-year deal. He's a former first-round draft pick, but now going on his 3rd team because he's with Jacksonville and I think Cleveland before that as well.
So his 2nd team.
Yes, exactly. So you've got that going on. That's another signing that has taken place right now. And so those are just a couple of moves that are going on in the NFL. I really think the last big one, guys, is obviously Trey Hendrickson to get signed. And then we'll see what goes on maybe from a trade route involving the Chiefs or any other teams out there. And, the other story is that Kirk Cousins is looked at as plan B if Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back to the Steelers.
Yikes.
I don't think Kirk Cousins agrees with plan B.
I think Kirk Cousins should go to the damn Jets, or the Jets should want Kirk Cousins.
By the way, to go back to your Wan'Dale Robinson stuff, Albert Breer tweets this out. $12 million signing bonus, $36.9 million fully guaranteed. Not quite as what it was advertised, but it's still a really good deal because $38 million base over 2 years, $15 million in 28, $17 million in 29. So going back to the Kenneth Walker thing, really it's about a $48 million contract, not a $70 million. So he's getting the
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah. So it's not $70 million, right? It's $40
million. Over how many years did you say it was?
4, but they're probably not going to have him in 2028.
Yeah, so it's probably a 2-3 year deal.
So
right?
It's kind of the same thing. So not really that big one. So start, bench, cut.
Here's Fesco, Dusty, and Mac with this week's edition of Start, Bench, Cut.
Start, bench, cut. We'll start with this one. What do you like seeing more in the World Baseball Classic? An Aaron Judge tank job? Bobby Witt, and I mean like home run, obviously. Bobby Witt, Jim. Skeens making dudes look foolish in the batter's box.
I'm going to start the Skeens thing. I told you, I was watching that guy yesterday. It looked like he was pitching wiffle ball. That ball was just darting all over the place. I've been watching baseball a long time. I don't know that I've seen the movement on somebody's pitch like I saw.
Yeah, he's
with
Greg
Paul
Maddox, but
Skeens.
if he threw 97.
I mean, it's he may be the best pitcher in baseball right now if you take out Ohtani, and I think he's a better pitcher than Ohtani is at this point in time. He is the best pitcher in baseball. And, I was watching some wiffle ball videos yesterday. Somehow ended up in my algorithm like, this is what these dudes are looking at with Paul Skeens with a legit baseball. So I'll start the Paul Skeens making dudes miss. I'll bench the Bobby Webb gem, and I'll cut the Judge Tank because you see them in just about every game.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Well, I'm glad you said wiffle ball because it was a staple in my life growing up because I had the perfect backyard for it. So I go to backyard sports with you boys when you were growing up. Wiffle ball, 21, 5-on-5 football.
A 5-on-5 football. See, we used to do like 3-on-3 or whatever, depending on how many kids you have. So I'll start wiffle ball, bench football, and get rid of 21. We barely played basketball.
Yeah, I'll start 21, play a lot of that.
A lot of 21.
Lot of 21. Bench 5-on-5, and I'll cut wiffle ball. Even though I did play wiffle
We
ball,
didn't have a hoop. I had to write a letter to the school to put up a basketball hoop when I was in second grade.
Did
They took them all down. No.
Dang it. It's good on you writing a letter, though.
Well, I mean, we needed it. We didn't have basketball. We had one park that you could go to. That was a little bit further away. Nobody wanted to go down. That park was kind of not where we wanted to be.
We go to the football world, or I'm sorry, we stay in the baseball world because tonight at 8 o'clock on FS1, Team USA plays Team Italy. Who are you going to root harder for? Bobby Wood Jr., Jack Caglione, Vinny Pasquantino?
In that order for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Well, I'm going to switch it up. I'm to Bobby, bench Vinny, cut Jack. But yeah, Bobby's Team USA. Nobody else is getting in the way of that.
Yeah, no, nothing else
this
is getting
isn't really
away.
teams. It's just individuals.
Yeah, he's playing for Team USA, though. If he was playing for somebody else's team, like if he was playing for Nicaragua, I would take whoever was playing for Team USA.
Yeah, I want Cags to kill it on this stage, man. Yeah, I'm rooting for him big time.
Big time.
I think it's a good opportunity for Vinny to continue to improve his kind of Q rating around Major League Baseball as well.
We go to the NFL world. What gets you more there? Free agency, the draft, or week one?
I'll start week one.
No bench cut?
He said, what gets me there? Week one. We're there. That's it. That's all I need. I like games, but I love the rumors as well. So free agency, I'll bench, and then I'll cut the draft.
One of the top 3 sports events of the entire sports world getting cut. I guess.
I mean, the numbers it pulls, though, I guarantee you that first night of the draft crushes what we saw last night with baseball.
If we had Bingley, he'd be start.
Yeah, I don't know. I live for the hypotheticals and take seasons, so I'll go free agency draft, and then week one is fantastic for that Sunday, but the rest of it's just a bunch of talk. I'm ready for the Sunday. Bring it to me.
Okay.
And plus, week one, you got a Thursday game, you got a Wednesday game, you got a Friday game.
That Sunday game, too, this year. I heard they're playing on Sundays this year.
Wow, that'll be cool.
Maybe.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, maybe.
How about maybe instead of playing games on Tuesdays and Fridays and Thursdays, why don't we play Sunday at 8?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No doubt. It's no longer broke. It is fixed. So who do you go with? SGA, Ant, Jason Tatum?
I'm going to go with Jason Tatum because I mean, it's
yes.
I don't know what he does on the court. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. I don't watch these guys. But I will say I am impressed by the way that he came back. And I'm like really kind of like just in
15 after missing 8 months.
I know. Like I'm in awe of athletes doing amazing things. And he's done an amazing thing. So I'll start him.
And watch him tonight at 7 on Peacock against the Spurs and possible MVP winner Victor Wembanyama. I'll start SGA. I'll bench Jason Tatum, and I will cut Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Which hurt me to say.
You don't know the answer to the test. You got to see the questions first. In the order to start, bench, cut, what do you want to see this year for the Royals? Bobby win MVP, Cole Reagans win Cy Young, Carter Jensen win Rookie of the Year.
It's easy. Start Bobby, bench Carter, cut Reagans. I think if you win the MVP and Rookie of the Year, you won a lot of baseball games. Cy Young is wonderful, but you're only pitching every 5th day. Bobby and Jansen would be doing it every day.
Yeah, I'll start Jensen for a lot of the same reasons, and also the fact that I just think that'll just do wonders for Salvador Perez and him being behind the plate a little bit less. And I'll bench Bobby, but it's close with the Reagan Cy Young right there, yeah.
Start, bench, cut. Dusty Springfield, Dusty Baker, Dusty Likens.
I'll start Dusty Likens. I'll bench Dusty Baker, and I will cut Dusty Springfield.
Dusty Likens?
Get bent.
Come on.
Told you.
Told ya. Yeah, come on. No, Bob had it right.
Next position of need for the Kansas City Chiefs. Start, bench, cut. Cornerback, edge, wide receiver.
Ask me in an hour.
Okay.
And I'll have a different answer.
I won't be around you in an hour. I guess we will be.
Close to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough one. I still think
Thank
defensive line you need. So I'll go edge to start.
Who's playing corner?
We'll figure that out. I don't worry about that, though, because we've figured that out over the years. We need an edge, we need a wide receiver, and then I'll cut corner.
Is this for the draft or just right now?
Just next move.
I'll go edge, then corner, then wide receiver, but I could be convinced to go corner first.
This is, if the draft were to start tomorrow, Bain, Tate, Downs. Start bench cut.
Downs, Bain, Tate.
Agreed. 100%.
That is Start Bench Cut here on 96.5 The Fan. It is brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow. So get in the know with Jay's Southland Tow. And Bob, tell them how they can get in the know with Heartland Men's Health.
Well, it's very easy. If you are a first responder or a military family, Heartland Men's Health is here for you all month long during March. And so, if you're a first responder, you need to go to heartlandmenshealth.com. If you're a military family, go to heartlandmenshealth.com. They'll give you more information and more details at your consultation, but I want you to book one of those right now. You got low T, you gained a few pounds, maybe the gym isn't working for you. There's got to be something that they can fix. That PSA test is so big for guys who are approaching 50 as well. You got to know where you are with all your levels. Go to Heartland Men's Health and take care of everything. It's a one-stop shop. You'll feel better. To give you great peace of mind. You can do it in Overland Park, North Kansas City, out in Independence. Just check them out at heartlandmenshealth.com.
Coming up next, Josh Briscoe joins us here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
I feel like every day is constantly busy season at our house. We're always running with the kids from one place to the other, doing all kinds of different stuff. And then all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, we've got to do that grocery shopping. What are we going to do? Well, Hy-Vee makes it so easy for all of us with their aisles online. It is easy. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com. Choose your store, select your items, and then Hy-Vee will do all the shopping for you. All I have to do is pick up my order or have it delivered to my home. Love having the groceries delivered to the house. It takes so much stress and pressure off of everybody, and everything arrives. All you have to do is click a couple of boxes on their website or with their app, and they do all the shopping for you. Save time, save money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
For over 35 years, we've been protecting homes across Kansas City, one roof at a time. That's more than 3 decades, more than 35,000 roofs installed, and 35,000 happy customers. We're proud to be voted best roofing company in Johnson County and all of Kansas City. At Century Roofing, we don't just build roofs, we build trust that lasts for generations. Experience matters, reputation counts, and we stand behind every roof we install. Trust the pillars of strength with KC-based and female-owned. Century Roofing, KC.com.
Century Roofing, trust the pillars of strength.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most.
That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connects to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay's Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You like
like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Are you looking for a podcast about pro football that doesn't put you to sleep with an avalanche of analytics or insult your fandom with brainless hot takes? Well, hi. I'm Dan Hansis.
And I'm Mark Sessler.
Oh, hi, Mark. And we're the hosts of Heed the Call, the NFL podcast you've been waiting your whole life for.
Heed the Call covers every game, every storyline, everything that matters, and we do it all with a touch of mirth.
Football is fun. Why shouldn't your football podcast be the same?
Follow and listen to Heed the Call NFL podcast wherever you get your podcast.
FanDuel is giving all customers a profit boost every single day through March 15th. From now until that final 68 is revealed, you're going to be getting daily profit boosts for a chance at boosted winnings on your college basketball bets. Trust me, you don't want to miss a single day. You're going to want to check in often to make sure you're getting those new daily profit boosts. With the conference tournaments about to get going, maybe you think Kansas is going to go all the way. Maybe you like Missouri to navigate through the SEC. If you bet with FanDuel, you can take advantage of their profit boost. So build a same-game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout, or try live betting and jump in after the tip-off once you get a feel of the game. Best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Just visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. That's FanDuel.com/local. FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Bonus issue non-withdrawal profit boost token restrictions apply, including any token expiration max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLE.
Today, expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 85.
Weather brought to you by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
Coming to Kansas City, the NAIA Men's College Basketball Championship. 16 teams, 15 games, 6 days, and one national champion. The NAIA Men's College Basketball Championship at Municipal Auditorium, March 19th to the 24th. Get your tickets now at NAIAHoops.com. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
He's the first voice you hear 3 hours before kickoff and the first voice you hear after the final whistle.
Future Hall of Fame receiver, future Hall of Fame quarterback, being able to figure it out for the last half of the season.
Here's the new Chiefs Radio Network pregame and postgame show host, Josh Briscoe.
Well, I'm glad we're not seeing Josh Briscoe's free agency price, because that thing would be absolutely expensive. That's why you get the deal done now and give him the guaranteed money early. Josh Briscoe with us here on 96.5 The Fan. Briscoe, I don't know why, but the Tyquan Thornton move yesterday really had me happy. What does the Tyquan Thornton move mean to you, Mr. Briscoe?
It's, I think, maybe the most fun. He's kind of like maybe one of the lower stakes fun signings of the day. It's certainly one that I wasn't expecting any longer. It didn't really sound like he was on a collision course to return to the Chiefs, and it seemed like he outperformed in the first half of the season what the Chiefs probably even expected of him, and then he kind of fell off in terms of usage after they got closer to their like initial ideal wide receiver rotation. So them bringing back Tyquan Thornton, hopefully, I think, at least to me, indicates that he's going to have a more identified role this year and over the next 2 years, hopefully. I haven't seen where that guaranteed number comes down, but at least it gives you the opportunity to have him around for the next 2 years. They still need to add at receiver, both short-term and long-term, but he was a legitimate deep threat. We've seen them pay real money to a guy like Marquez Valdez-Scantling to try to push the ball down the field. We've seen them kind of in the wilderness figuring out who can be one of those deep ball trackers. We saw Thornton do it. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that deal come down. Super reasonable price, and he has a real role in this offense. I just hope he gets to stay in it longer this year.
Yeah, and also, too, I think when you look at what's going on with what the Chiefs did in free agency, they didn't really break the bank on anybody. They got really good deals for the 3 or 4 guys that they signed yesterday, including their own. I thought they did a really nice job of maximizing value and getting players in here.
Yeah, and look, I mean, over the years, I have certainly been a fan of being able to nickel and dime the running back position when possible, especially when you have Patrick Mahomes, prime Travis Kelce, when you had Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins. But what they did with Kenneth Walker yesterday, obviously that's the big ticket item. Again, I am not inclined to just say, oh, just pay running backs and make it work. They always work. They'll figure it out. The contract will be fine. But even to your point on Kenneth Walker, it's a premium price for a running back. It is not getting you an edge rusher, which of course they haven't added real firepower there yet. And they're going to have to figure that out probably in the draft. But I do think they got real value by saying goodbye to the entire secondary.
Yeah.
You get Aloy Gilman at a really good price. You get Tonga, not an edge rusher, not going to be a guy that generates a ton of pressure. He can generate a little more from that interior kind of one tech nose tackle position than a lot of guys. But he's not there to be a pass rush specialist. He's just going to do a job that makes everybody else's life a little easier. I think that logic holds for Walker, Gilman, Tonga. All three of those guys come in not at the most premium position points, but in position groups where the Chiefs had a real void to fill. I think especially that Gilman deal just makes a ton of sense, and it makes life a little bit easier on Spags and Dave Merritt after they just had to have a really bummer few days of saying goodbye to some of their best pupils.
Yeah, and also, too, you say goodbye, but you watched a lot of money walk out the door, like $250 million left and 47 came in or whatever it was yesterday. But also, too, a lot of people have said this is a very deep defensive back draft class. And so you don't pay the tax of, the second contract of all of these guys. And now you get to do what, and you may feel differently, Josh, but like they do a really
exception of Trent McDuffie, they're able to do it in the mid and late rounds in a way that they've been really successful. Like I don't think the Chiefs were giving a real offer to Joshua Williams in all likelihood, but Mike Borgonzi and the Titans said, hey, we I was there when you came into the league. I think you could play in a slightly different system. That extends all the way through so many Chiefs draft classes. Like I know this is also not a star power name that's going to like excite people, but Najee Johnson was a success story.
Yeah.
Injury kind of set him back, but they have had so many excellent success stories out of the second and third days of the draft at corner. It's why I really, and I don't know where you guys are at, I kind of roll my eyes when all of the national media mock drafts just start putting Delane at 9 and going, oh, the Chiefs traded McDuffie. They're going to need the draft at corner. They could spend even that pick at 29. They could spend that on a defensive back and it wouldn't totally stun me. But I think right now you're seeing them kind of patching up some of these holes. And then in the meantime, edge and wide receiver is still a pretty legitimate need. That stacks up well, I think, for those first 2 picks at least in the first round. And then, yes, you take as many swings as you need to on the secondary in maybe day 2, definitely day 3. I think teams get in trouble sometimes by saying, well, we have a cheat code. We're just going to give any player to our coaching staff and it'll just work out because it worked out last year. That's a place where teams get in trouble. That's a dangerous line of thinking. Yep. But if anybody has earned that more than Spags and Dave Merritt with corners, I don't know who it would be. Like I am hesitant to fully endorse that line of thinking most of the time. Spags and Dave Merritt have my trust. They have such a track record that I think you just have to tip your cap to them, say thank you for saving us a bunch of money in the secondary. Maybe Dave Merritt needs like a contract escalator next time he's available to re-sign and says, hey, look, anytime you ship off a starting corner, I need more money because my job gets harder. But you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at him. He just really an incredible story. They've been able to churn all those guys around.
Yep.
Speaking of incredible stories, which will be whenever you're a first-round draft pick, and seen a lot of, I don't know if they're credible stories, but it seems that tackle is something that the Chiefs are going to kind of seek out. We've obviously heard Trent Williams' name. Does it lead you to believe that either they don't fully trust in Jalen Moore or they're worried with Josh Simmons?
I mean, it's weird, right? Like it is to me the strangest development of these last couple of weeks. And it is still, there are still kind of levels to it where it's not something that's kind of broken contain and become like a mainline thing where some of the national guys are saying, well, the Chiefs are sniffing around, like you said, mentioning Trent Williams out of San Francisco and a little bit of buzz out of New York that they were sniffing around the right tackle there. Certainly, I hope that it's not a reflection of where they're at with Josh Simmons. That would obviously be the biggest bummer of all, to say, oh, we think we've got like this real all-pro talent at the end of the first round last year. Then last season is up and down. He disappears for a little bit, comes back, then gets injured. But you saw the peaks there, right? So I certainly hope that they're still seeing Josh Simmons as their definite left tackle of the future. And it's not a position group that I would be investing in right now. Even if you don't love Jalen Moore, that's who you paid. And you liked Jalen Moore enough to say, hey, we're not going to try to do any funny money here with Jawan Taylor. Keep him around and restructure that if you think he's a better player than Jalen Moore is. I think at this point, you have huge investments in 4 out of your 5 offensive line positions, and then still a real investment in Jalen Moore at right tackle. It's not like they're just rolling in the next year with Isapole ready to go as the day one starter. So I have found that strange. I'm taking note of it, but also, I don't know, I would understand if it ends up being them wanting to add another legit swing tackle option. Obviously, they part ways with Mike Caliendo, not a tackle interior guy, but a guy they talked about having those kind of 3 interior spots of flexibility. They love offensive linemen who can do multiple things. I don't know if Hunter Norzad's ready on the interior to be that next guy up. If they're just looking for another option for a potential swing tackle that's an upgrade on, say, Wanye Morris, fine. Understandable. You're figuring out what you want to pay a 6th lineman. If you're doing that to replace Jalen Moore this year, I think you have to say that you would have misjudged the contract you gave him this time last year. So I hope the starting 5 is the starting 5 we're expecting. I am keeping an eye on that. I do think it's strange. And look, I should also say, they should make sure they're up to date on all the tackles in the top 10 because they got a pick there. And if the board falls really weird on draft night, and they say, man, we really think that this tackle is a top 10 offensive tackle in the league. Oh, that doesn't really seem to be the reputation from where these guys' stocks are at right now. If they say this guy is clearly the best player available and we're just gonna quadruple down on O-line, they need to be ready for that possibility. But that's different than like calling about Trent Williams. That was a little interesting to me.
Yeah, the Trent Williams one, I think, is all media speculation, just like we saw the other day about Travis Kelce. Look around, and it's all made-up media speculation, is what I was told about Travis, and I'll take that about the Trent Williams because they don't have the money to go get Trent Williams, even if they wanted to. I mean, that's why their free agency approach is what it is and not going out there and spending all that dough because they don't have to. And now and you were talking about the draft, I'm listening and going, they really don't have to do anything now at number 9. Like, that's the beauty of what they did yesterday in free agent. I call them desperation signings because we all knew what they needed and they went out there and they got them right away, just like they do when they don't win the Super Bowl every year, right? They got the running back, they got the lineman, they got the defensive back that we all talked about that they needed. They went out and filled their biggest holes. Now at 9, you could legitimately go all over the place because you don't have to fill a need right now.
I do still think I'd add defensive end to say that there's a legitimate need there. I think Ashton Gelati is a good football player. I think he can be Mike Dana going forward, right? Like that's kind of, I won't say it's his ceiling, but that would be a good outcome. If he's Mike Dana, I know the contract with Dana didn't work out, but he was a total success as a 5th round pick. So I do still think right now, if Ruben Bain is there at 9, or if any of those edges, but it seems like Bain is probably a pretty good fit and has a chance of dropping there, I think you probably just run the card in. I still have my concerns about the wide receiver room. It's less dramatic today than defensive end is because Rashee Rice is on the team today, and Xavier Worthy is healthy today, and Tyquan Thornton, we don't know what his role is going to be, but he just came back yesterday. So I do still think that there's uncertainty at wide receiver, but if they went Bain at 9 and then the best available receiver at 29, then I think you could say, oh, well, they really did invest in all of the proper places in one offseason. I still think there's probably going to be another defensive line body of some sort here in the next few days of free agency, maybe later today, I don't know. But those edge contracts yesterday were huge, and huge contracts for good players. That's scary. That's always the thing that in free agency kind of gives me pause. If you pay elite money to very good players, they have an almost impossible standard to live up to. And I think that happened with a lot of those edge deals yesterday. So I don't blame the Chiefs for not being in those markets. I think that off the top of my head, I think the Kwity Paye one ended up being one to me. It was like that value makes sense. Almost everybody else kind of got, again, overpaid because that's what happens on free agency in the market. You get overpaid because you can negotiate against every other team in the league. So again, not upset that they didn't match any of those deals, but I do still think defensive end Ben's a pretty big need, and maybe they feel good about Ruben Bain being there at 9. Certainly, the buzz about those top 10 picks has started to solidify a little bit since the Combine.
We look at the Kenneth Walker thing yesterday with him being acquired by the Kansas City Chiefs. Is it more impressive that he has the explosion that this team needs, or is it more impressive that he has the forced missed tackle at 30.2% of his touches in 2025, which was the third highest rate in the NFL? I understand that it seemed frustrating to me because I was talking earlier, Josh, about how it was frustrating for when Juwan Taylor would be announced as offsides or illegal motion or whatever it was, but it was even more frustrating to me watching Isaiah Pacheco, like, me as a fatty trying to like tell a guy where the hole was in the running game. I feel like Kenny Walker doesn't miss that. And if it is kind of cloudy, he can somehow make it a clear day when it comes to his skill set.
Yeah, and obviously the forced missed tackles and the home run ability there, if you will, that comes from the same skill set. That explosion is, I think, why they paid him a premium dollar amount and just said, hey, we're just going to pay the best running back available. Paying him like a top 5 running back, kind of in that same question of paying, a player who's been very, very good, paying him elite money. It's not an edge rusher deal. So I think that APY is very doable. The other thing about Walker is that he's not like a surgical running back. He's not the no wasted steps kind of runner that you might think about in terms of some other elite running backs from the recent era. But that little bit of like organized chaos and that explosion that comes with it, I think that creates some of those angles for defenders, making him a very hard man to bring down. That speed and that burst, suddenly you're changing the angles on the approach defender. Now you have a chance to turn a 3-yard gain into a 15-yard gain, even if it's not a 50-yard gain. And obviously, the Chiefs need all of those things. I think it's a very self-aware thing to note that the most frustrating penalties or mistakes on a football field are the ones that you can identify from your couch. Yeah. And you can go, man, I'm back here eating popcorn, and I saw that you were lined up offsides, or you missed the hole and ran into Kingsley Suamata'ia's back instead of hitting the gap there. But that is the kind of thing that I think you want to be able to just not worry about with Kenneth Walker. Again, it won't always be absolutely pristine, but a couple of trying to make something out of nothing that, you lose a yard here or there in exchange for the true explosive playability that the Chiefs are telling you here, it's going to change the gravity of how opposing teams defend this offense. It's still an interesting fit. Like when the Chiefs have invested in running back this much recently with Clyde, which I guess isn't as recent now. It's been 6 years, but the sales pitch on him was that he's a 3-down back who's never going to have to come off the field. He can get the ball on 1st and 2nd down. He can catch it on 3rd. Kenneth Walker hasn't been that guy. Like the Seahawks invested in Zach Charbonnet to be able to make Walker be a 1st and 2nd down guy. Maybe Kareem Hunt comes back and you just trust him in short yardage and pass pro. I like Brashard Smith, not in pass pro, but as a pass catcher. He's got room to grow in both, of course. I think it's an interesting thing that the Chiefs are maybe changing the cards in their hand a little bit this year in terms of how they use these running backs. And Walker will play some 3rd downs, to be clear. But I really do think it's a very fascinating, maybe it's not their ideal fit even, especially because he's not a guy that's done a lot out of the shotgun or out of RPOs. Maybe that's another evolution coming to the offense. I don't know if Walker will change the offense or if the offense will change for Walker, but either way, I think it's a promising evolution.
Yeah, I think it is a promising addition. For the one fact is we're not going to see all these linebackers on tape just dropping back in the pass coverage and not even considering the run. And I think, and I joke kind of, but I think that's the biggest thing out of this is now you're not as predictable as you were for the last 2 years, where everybody knew what was coming. Everybody knew you were throwing the football. Nobody respected your running game whatsoever. Now teams at least have to respect the running game until Andy shows he's not going to use the running back, in which case they'll pin their ears back and pretend it's a pass every single time. So they've got that first month of the season to really establish the running game, and that's going to change drastically, Josh, I think, what teams are going to do defensively against this team now.
Yeah, I mean, you say you're exaggerating, but I really think that's like basically the memory I have from like the Jags game in particular was like, oh, there's just no fear that this ball's going anywhere than
Denver for me.
Than through this. Say again.
Denver game for me in Denver. We all have those moments, you know.
Yep, and that was, I think that was multi-factored as well, to where like I don't know that the Chiefs here's the thing with the way the running game has worked. I don't think they have to run it a lot more than they did last year, or they could have run it more last year and not run it significantly better. If they run it as much as they did last year, but it's much more productive, it's much more successful, and defenses just have to respect that even if it's the exact same number of carries, the offense will be better off for it because Kenneth Walker's doing more with those carries than this team was able to do with it last year. And then that pulls all the sliders of the entire defense. Again, changing the gravity of what you're able to do. If they do run it a lot more, if that makes Mahomes' life a little bit easier in those first few weeks, getting game action after a huge knee injury and the rehab and all of that, if that makes his life a little easier, great. Maybe Kenneth Walker does get 20 carries the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season and you just go, oh man, we're getting ground and pound Chiefs. Well, by December, if things are going well, they're not going to be grounding and pounding it like a run-first Ravens team, but then you are going to be a team that hopefully at that point has the healthy, fully functional Mahomes working with whoever gets added in the passing game, and then the running game eventually becomes your off-speed pitch again, and it's the thing that defenses can take for granted a little bit until, ideally, Kenneth Walker makes them pay for taking him for granted. So, again, I really do think that the vision for where this offense goes is fascinating. It'll be easier to figure out when I think they add, obviously, after the draft, we'll have a little bit of a better picture.
Sure.
And then interesting, of course, for Travis Kelce to make it official yesterday and to set up a offense that will have some very obvious similarities to the one from last year. Will the couple of changes here and there be enough to get the improvement that they want from a results perspective? I'll tell you after I know if they get Lemon or Tate at 9.
JB, last one here for you. How much do you think Eric Bieniemy had emphasis in bringing in Kenneth Walker to this offense?
I think he had to be significantly involved, in part because of what I mentioned about the RPOs and the shotgun runs and the style of runner that Walker has been. I don't know that. I'm guessing that it got to the point, because here's the one reason that Walker surprised me a little bit yesterday, was that I thought that Travis Etienne was going to come in at a lower number and that the Chiefs would be probably closer to paying Etienne that lower number. Noting that they all were very similar and the running back market was pretty good yesterday, and that makes sense because the draft class is not very good at the position, and it seems like the Saints didn't think that Love was getting them either. I have to think that Eric Bieniemy was there to guide that process, or at least to share his input on that process, I should say, about, we can make this work with Kenneth Walker, even though he's not been playing in an offense like ours. He hasn't been asked to do a lot of the things that our running backs have been asked to do. Being Eric Bieniemy, I either see that there's enough in his game where he can do what we need him to do, or we can meet him halfway and make this marriage work. I have to assume that Bieniemy was involved in that process.
And then real quickly, 30 seconds. Would you take a flyer on Brian Thomas Jr.?
Yes. Yes, you can use the 28 seconds to play an ad if you want. I'm curious what the cost would be, but if that was the way, if they said, hey, Brian Thomas Jr. with the 40th overall pick is a better odds to get us an impact player that way than the receiver that'll be available at 40, you're changing the contract structure, you're changing what you're actually paying for that wide receiver and how many years he has left on his rookie deal. So that does shrink your margin, but I would definitely make the phone call and see what the price is.
Absolutely. Got to do that.
JB, we appreciate you, man. I know you're going to stay busy, so keep the coffee rolling and the good times coming in here on Kansas City side.
Got my second cup of it here in my hand. I'll probably have a third before noon.
I love that.
Nice.
Man. Keep doing you, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks, fellas.
That's right. Josh Fesco right there. You hear the promo. He's on before and after Chiefs games here on the Chiefs Radio Network on 96.5.
Did K-State hire a basketball coach yesterday and we missed it?
Have they paid the one they got rid of yet?
I don't know. I think he's going to get his money.
I would assume.
Yeah. I heard from a labor attorney reached out to me. Like, yeah, this guy's getting paid. I'm like, I would imagine so.
A guy just got paid, and you went and saw that guy yesterday at Union Station, so you can rule up on the other side here for us on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Bob Fesco.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control do such an unbelievable job at our house. I got a text from my mother-in-law yesterday. She says, I let the dog out, and the lawn looks awesome. I'm like, okay, that's a very random. We haven't had anything done to the lawn yet. But I was wrong. I drove up yesterday and I saw that blue sign from Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. And I looked at the grass. I went, oh, yeah, she's right. The lawn does look awesome. Every time Aspen Lawn and Pest Control comes to our house, I am just wowed by the job that they do. They're college-educated professionals who know everything about growing grass right here in Kansas City. So you want to trust folks who've been doing this since 1985. You see those iconic blue trucks all over town, and right behind those trucks are the best-looking lawns on the block. And Aspen is also hiring right now. If you want to join the best in the business, join the Aspen team today. They're offering a special offer right now with a free estimate and up to half off your first application just by mentioning this ad. So don't wait. Visit them today at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis and stop smoking now without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Only $59.99 guaranteed. That's right. Don't just cut back. Stop smoking once and for all. Also, lose all the weight you want. Only $59.99 guaranteed with Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Let hypnosis destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating, and lose the weight. Weight loss hypnosis. Wednesday, April 1st at the Wingate by Wyndham, Kansas City. Formerly Sure Stay Plus by Best Western in Kansas City. 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis. 8 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Well, you're walking around the day and you're looking outside going, man, it is beautiful out there. I want to get outside. But you know what? My shoulder, my back, my knee, it's all bothering me. I just can't get outside. There's so much pain. Well, stop doing that. Stop doing that to yourself and jump back into life full speed. And don't have it happen in an operating room. No, my friends at QC Kinetics are the medical professionals that use the latest regenerative treatments backed by real science. Treatments that take the tiny, powerful healing tools inside your body, concentrate them right where you need relief. That's how folks all over the country are getting relief at 40,000 plus with QC Kinetics. All real QC Kinetics patients are going in and finding that relief. The sooner you start treatment, the sooner the inflammation eases and the sooner joint damage slows down, because no one signs up for feeling older faster. So find out if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. Your first consultation's free. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299.
Missouri, get ready. Circus Sports is giving you the chance to win owner Derek Stevens' wallet. From February 3rd to March 15th, you can take home your share of $250,000 in cash. Simply wager $100 and earn one share, wager $1,000 to earn two shares, wager $5,000 for a third share. Bet on anything from pro sports to college, straight bets to futures. Don't miss your chance to cash in and take home your share of Derek's wallet. Visit circusports.com for details. Must be 21 and older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
You know that Chick-fil-A sells more than chicken, right?
Hello, my name is Jaleesa, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is how it's all of my favorite breakfast items in one good bite. That fluffy egg, that melty cheese with that perfectly grilled sausage. It just gives you that warmth, that comfort food that you love. It is the best possible option for a classic breakfast.
Comfort is calling. Order a Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
If you own a small business, the pressure never lets up. Something's always coming at you. That's why business owners turn to LendSeek for funding.
I don't need promises. I need options. LendSeek's AI platform showed me real funding choices. Now I can cover payroll, handle taxes, and go after growth opportunities without the daily stress.
Up to $5 million with funding in as fast as 24 hours. No upfront costs. No prepayment penalties. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LENDSEEK.com.
DQ presents The Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy bold strips that heat you up. served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve, plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Swisey menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good. Participation may vary.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast!
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Go to 965thefan.com for your chance to win an X-Family instant ticket, plus a shot at winning 4 Diamond Club seats to the K, all powered by the Kansas Lottery.
So we'll get into the UMKC stuff that you were at yesterday with Turgeon doing his announcement. I watched a little bit on the news because I was in like old man heaven yesterday, boys. Unreal. 6 o'clock local news, 6:30 Wheel of Fortune, 7 o'clock World Baseball Classic. From 3 From 3 to 5:30, patio sitting with sunscreen on.
You sound
baby.
like Mom and Pa Fesco.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you could stay with them when we go to New York in a month. I'll stay at the hotel in the city.
Hey, man.
You would fit right in on the couch. News and Jeopardy. Let's go.
And I'm a planner. I don't know if you saw this or not, but there was some video today. Team Japan obviously was down. Was tied 0-0 going to the bottom of the 8th inning.
How cool was that, right?
And there's some video surfacing on the internet where Shohei Ohtani is helping out. I'm not going to try to say his name because it's not going to be correct, but it's like Murakami.
Oh, yeah, from the White Sox,
Yeah. So he's in the dugout, and he's doing this, and Shohei Ohtani, literally just a minute change, moves his elbow back and his bat forward. Later in that game, Murakami would hit a grand slam.
Oh, wow. It's amazing. Baseball's a game
And
of
he's
inches,
just
right?
and Shohei's just like this, a little bit, just a little bit too, a little bit, yep. And then
Yeah.
he gets the bat up, looks at it, he's like, okay.
So if this guy goes off this year and the White Sox win the World Series, do you give Shohei Ohtani a ring? I mean, what if that? Keep that in mind right there, Dusty. I want that all season long because if Murakami goes crazy and is smashing home runs all over the place, we're going to keep going back to that. And he's going to probably say, yeah, we were in the dugout at the WBC and Ohtani moved my elbow a quarter of an inch and that unlocked everything right now.
And he set me up with his interpreter and we got a lot of money too.
Yes.
Something we can set you up real quickly for is the month of March, Heartland's Health has a special offer for local first responders and military families. If you're a local first responder or military family, go to heartlandshealth.com for more information, more details on your consultation. Available at all 3 locations, Overland Park, North Kansas City, and Independence. Heartland Health is honored to serve those who serve all of us. So check them out at heartlandmenshealth.com as we do Heartland Men's Health Day today on 96.5 The Fan.
Yeah, also, too, the Big 12 starts today. It's all brought to you by Busey Bank, the official bank of the Big 12. And as they're down there doing their conference tournament and championship, UMKC yesterday, I thought did a really cool thing. They introduced Coach Turgeon yesterday for the first time to the Kansas City public. And this was like a who's who of Kansas City, too. Like Kathy Nelson was the MC. The city manager was part of the conversation as well, and introducing Mark Turgeon, Terry Dunn of, I was going to say of Brooks and Dunn, but it's not of Brooks and Dunn, it's Dunn Construction, you know who Terry is, and of course the athletic director, Brandon Martin, Doc Martin, we call him over there at UMKC, awesome dude. And they introduced Turgeon yesterday, and it was a big event. They packed Union Station, Dusty, with all their donors and media and supporters and all this kind of stuff, and they created just an awesome event to welcome, I think, the biggest hire that they've ever had in Mark Turgeon. And he was talking about his days at Wichita State, and it got me excited. I want UMKC to be a successful basketball program, and I've rooted for that team for a long time, but then they fall off the face of the earth, right? And now they got a real coach in there in Mark Turgeon who's been there before. He's got like 11 or 12 guys in the NBA from his time coaching. And he seems motivated because this is his neck of the woods. And I think it's a great hire by UMKC. I'm really excited for them. It was cool to see the entire city, all the movers and shakers in one place hanging out yesterday. Everybody in town supporting UMKC. And that's what they need. And that's what this is all about. It's our university here in Kansas City, whether you went to KU or MU, K-State, Iowa State, doesn't matter. everybody can support UMKC. And the cool thing about it is they're playing back in Municipal Auditorium as well. And that is a special place to go watch a basketball game. And so they're doing everything they can. Now they just need us to support them. And I think people will support them, Dusty, if they go out and they win some games, right? You start out hot, you get some excitement building. People want to be part of something cool.
Nostalgia sells, too.
It does, too.
You go back to that arena, it'll get people back in there, especially if you got Turgeon throwing them as a solid, team that who knows, maybe they go dancing soon.
Maybe. They've never been, and that's all they want to do is go to the big dance. And Turgeon's been to the big dance, whether it was Wichita State. I think he made it at A&M, and then obviously at Maryland, where he's had a lot of success as a coach. And so he gets to come back here and really, turn a program around, create a program for a school that's been just jonesing for a good basketball program.
So you'd say he won the press conference yesterday?
Well, it wasn't even a press conference. It was a rally.
It looked cool.
It was awesome. Yeah, they had streamers shoot up in the air with cannons. All the cheerleaders are there. The mascot's there. The band's there. Everything's yellow and blue. It was not a press conference yesterday. It was a rally for UMKC. It was one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. So let's go, Turge. Win some games, man.
Do you think Union Station is one of those things that we take for granted as Kansas Cityans?
Oh, sure.
I don't mean it in a way of I just feel like we as locals maybe don't go visit it as much.
Yeah.
Because I've been to the Italian restaurant that's in there that's really good. Obviously, I think there's obviously a Jack Stack down there as well. But just walking around Union Station is kind of fun.
It is.
And that gigantic hallway that's kind of old school looking. I just wondered if that's one of the places in Kansas City where it's we don't really go there enough, even though it's right in your backyard and it's 20 minutes from my house. But you always see when they do these things, especially when the Chiefs season's rolling around and families go down there. I think a lot of families take advantage of it.
We used to do it a lot for Christmas, with the girls when they decorated
cool
for Christmas, and you could see the trains and the model trains I'm talking about. But there has to be a reason too, with the exhibit, whether it's the type, and they do great exhibits down
parking.
There. Yeah, well, there's a huge parking garage right there, that you can park in and do your thing down there. But no, I think they do a really nice job with bringing in those exhibits to Union Station. The Science City is really cool if you got young kids and you want to take them there and have some fun. We used to do that, back in the day as well. And so, and then if you want to take the train, if you want to take the Amtrak, you can pick it up there as well. You may wait 20 hours for it, but hey, it's part of the experience.
Yeah, I still want to do that. I want to take a train to Chicago and go see a game at Wrigley and just go with a bunch of friends because you can booze on the train.
Yeah.
Leave on a Thursday, go see a Friday day game, come back Saturday afternoon.
Perfect, yeah.
Right? Doesn't that seem logical?
Yeah.
Too?
The only thing is you got to rely on that train. And
That's
it's,
fine.
it's
That's why you come back Saturday morning.
Yeah, it's just so unreliable. You had an 8 a.m. train out of Union Station, may get there by 1. We don't know where the train is. It'll be there when it gets here.
Do they still have smoking sections
Well, no,
on
but
train?
see, that's the thing. You pull over to the side of the road, and I think it's in Marceline, Missouri, where Walt Disney is from. There's a train stop there, and you pull off, and it's a 10-minute smoke break. Now, a lot of these people have been on the train since L.A.,
oh my.
So that's a couple of days. So you're getting on the train with 8 hours to go where people have been on it for multiple days. There's a little bit of a funk. Is that a duck over there? That's a duck. Yep, that's there. But fun. You got to do it at least once in your life.
Does this sort of free agency news yesterday, does it get us a drop of max minute out of nowhere, or we wait for it after it's all done and then we go?
Yeah, gotta wait.
We gotta wait.
Wednesday. Wednesday we'll diagnose everything. There's, I did make a max minute yesterday about. I'm glad you enjoyed.
Well, my attention span is not long.
It's about a minute,
and it's perfect.
That was kind of the idea. But yesterday, I did make a video hey, three free agents who ended up not being signed yesterday, and they were kind of my favorite free agents. And it's one of them is John Franklin Myers, who's yet to be claimed. I believe.
I thought he signed yesterday.
See, again, there's over 100 yesterday. So if I missed it,
Who
I missed
did
it.
I just see that he
Tyler
signed
Algier,
with?
I know, signed, so he's one of them that is gone. And then the third one that I liked was wide receiver Romeo Dobbs, who I believe is still out there and available. And you said Patriots, who I believe were showing interest in Romeo Dobbs. That makes sense.
And Chris Olave.
And Chris Olave. I would obviously.
Titans added John Franklin Myers. Oh, if you don't know the team which they were added to, you just say the Titans. No, they had a huge amount of money that they needed to spend, Mac. I mean, a huge amount of money. They were one of the 4 teams that had to spend. Otherwise, they had to, give money back to players from the last 3 years. So they're outspending as well. Who did you say was the other guy that you wanted? Romeo Dobbs?
Romeo Dobbs, still available, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's one I would add. Tyler Algier gone. John Franklin Myers, good addition by the Titans. Him and Jeff Simmons, man, that'll be fun.
Yeah, because you guys aren't unprofessional for not knowing like who's where because it was just an absolute.
Dude, yeah, we're terrible at that.
Yeah, I mean, it was just crazy yesterday.
Of course, it's hard to keep up. We're lucky you keep up with your own team, let alone every other player that's changing places around the NFL. When the dust settles on Wednesday, we'll all get an email with where everybody's gone, right? Yeah.
785 Dobbs is a Jag. Yeah, well, so is Rashee Rice.
We need Jags.
Yeah. We need a lot of them.
We need
a lot of Jags.
We have nobody in that room right now.
Exactly.
You're relying on Rashee Rice?
This team won a Super Bowl with 4 Jags.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Straight up. Hey, go do something nice for somebody. You never know. Change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay groovy, stay safe. Enjoy this weather. Until about 5 o'clock. Coming up next, it's Cody Golden Drew from 10-2. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash?